Welcome to That's Absurd Podcast, your source for everything hip-hop, pop culture, sports, and more. Tune in, subscribe, enjoy.
Welcome to another episode of That's Absurd Podcast. It's your boy OG Nate P.
It's your boy Gray.
Today we have special guests, my boy Diddy. You want to give yourself a shout out and thing?
What up, what's good, fam? This is your boy Diddy, aka 509 Reasons. It's good to be back on the podcast. That's absurd. Yes, what up to y'all boys? Appreciate y'all.
Good to have you. Good to have you.
Juno's out for a week. He's dealing with a family emergency, death in the family. I guess we'll have him sorted out. They explain it afterwards. We'll already been at the funeral by that time. So, but he's still gonna do his part because we're gonna send him over this visual and this audio. He's gonna do his cropping and his engineering and make sure y'all get it in time. So, y'all wanna, gentlemen, tell us what y'all been up to this past couple of weeks before we dive in?
This past week? Oh, past week. Let's see. We gotta go to 2 weeks prior. Well, I had my birthday. I was up here in Chicago and I enjoyed it. Been enjoying the place. Been going to a lot of event bars and meeting a few people. So yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I guess it's cool, the bar hop. I never understand the bar hop because I'm not a big beer guy. Why isn't there like a wine hopping or a hard liquor hopping? I'm more of a vodka guy. Or
you won't make it past 2 bars.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. With the wine's not.
You ain't gonna make it past 2. At least the beer you can keep drinking and piss it off.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Piss it off. But wine, nah. Hard liquor, nah.
Is wine stronger than beer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it is.
See, beer still tastes nasty.
Not only that, sometimes the wine, sometimes you could smell it through your pores. You could sweat it.
You can sweat it up. Oh, I've had wine, but I didn't know if it's any stronger because I don't be drinking to the point where I'd be gone like that. I'm more of a hard liquor guy, which definitely you're not gonna get that far off of that. But
yeah,
beer still tastes nasty to me. Beer's like one of those things that beer probably tastes good or has no taste because you had it enough now. But anytime you've had it very little in the beginning, remember the first time you had it, you're like, this is nasty. So I've had it so few times that it's still I'm still not a big beer guy.
First time I tried beer, I had one of my uncles drinking it, and I tasted it. I'm like, yeah, this shit disgusting. I asked him, why the hell you drink this shit, bro?
Exactly. I don't know.
I just he just shook his shoulder. I don't know, man.
I think that's what all mixers and stuff like that, because vodka and Hennessy, they have some sweets to it, but that been burned. This isn't like a good feeling. It's the feeling that feels after it. Especially if you don't have some Hennessy, you're like, whoo, man. Burn your throat. You're like, They didn't that take you like, why have the burn part? Just get your soda or something like that. So I get that. I think it's something you do to the point where you pass up the bad part, and you're like, we're looking for the
buzz,
the after end of it. But yeah, beer. I've never been a big beer guy, so it's still very nasty. But there's, especially if you love beer, there's so much places in Orlando for it, man. You ever been to World of Beer or World of Craft or something like that? There's like a whole thing. There's so much different chill spots though, especially if you like the hipster town.
Yeah.
They got beer stuff all day. I wish I got more into beer like that.
Shoot, New York got a thing called Kwanzaa bar crawl. So they didn't have it the past couple of years because of the pandemic. But Kwanzaa bar crawl, basically you go into different black bars, and that's
what y'all doing?
Yeah, so
and they didn't tell anybody. Huh?
No, but don't get it twisted. They actually postponed it, so I think they're gonna be having it either next month or the month after. So if y'all with it, pull up. That junk was a vibe. Matter of fact, I was singing some Tevin Campbell, "Can We Talk" on the joint, but that's another thing for later on. But it's fire. It's fire.
Anyways, let's get into what you've been into this past week.
Shoot, the past week, I've been working in New York. I'm working with Mercedes. I'm working with the Mercedes trainer. I'm basically following him around in a Beamer because the trainer is teaching them the Mercedes car and then also the competitor car, which I'm driving, which is the Beamer. So I've been working in New York, in the hotel, grabbing up points.
Which one would you say is better, Beamer or Mercedes?
I rock with the Beamer, you feel me? I feel like the Mercedes is the old people joint. I've been flying with that Beamer, boy.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I feel like the Beamer is definitely great, but I know I've had friends that they tell you, like, once that car gets, basically, these are 5-year cars. Once they pass 5 years and the warranty's up, it's like the engine gets a signal, hey, they ain't got no warranty, it's time for everything to break. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that's the issue. The warnings I've had for Beamers. For Benz, I don't know too many people that have had Benz, but I don't know if they're made any better. I know, like, as far as the luxury line, it used to be back in the day, it used to be Beamers, Benz, and Lexuses. Of course, Lexus, because it's a Toyota name, I imagine that quality is going to be far superior than anyone else. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking as far as quality, not as far as make or model, but as far as lasting. You know, if it's made from Toyota, that Lexus is gonna last.
I'm gonna tell you what, the day I can afford a Beamer, dog, I don't care if the car breaks. I'm just gonna buy another one.
You're buying it for the first 5 years. That's all.
That's it. Do a lease. But I can't afford that right now, so I'm just gonna enjoy this little ride. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you what, that car turned me into an asshole.
I mean, there's no such thing as you can't afford with financing company. That's the wild thing about misconception with cars. People assume when they see you with a car, it's money, when all it is credit and how much you're willing to sacrifice per month. If you're willing to give, if you're willing to work, if you're willing for one of your whole paychecks to go to a car note, then you can afford it. Some people are willing to. A lot of people that have that car can't really financially. They shouldn't be having it, but they can do it. It's not like it's super out of reach. It's a $60,000 car, $70,000 car. It can be done if you're willing to apply that $900 a month.
You're right.
Especially now.
Not the 745, 760, not those.
Yeah,
like 75, 80,000.
No, that was like back in the day. Now they're pushing hundreds. They're pushing.
Yeah, but now what they have today that they have back in the days, you have 6 year, 7 year, even 8 year leases. I mean, 8 year. What's the name?
Yeah.
Not bad. If you're smart enough, you should get you. The longer you can stretch it out, the more possible. If you can treat a car, imagine if you got a 30-year finance for a car. You can do that all day long.
You can spend a whole bin every month on one of them. People do that.
But if it's $100,000 car and they give you 30 years to pay, that's nothing.
See, that's absurd, guys.
It is absurd, but that's what you don't think I'll come out here with a Rolls Royce if they gave me a 30-year finance option?
Nah.
Oh man, I'll be out here with that Rolls Royce, $400,000. Because 400,000 divided by 30 is only what?
That's 2,000. They're like what? 2,000.
First,
over 2,000 a month. Yeah.
First off, I cannot be on wheels with a liability like that. Someone's gonna hit me. I know there's insurance. The insurance gonna be high. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm all set with all that, George, guys.
Get a home insurance.
You feel me? On a car that moves every day. Imagine that. Y'all be getting cut off just like I do. I'm not trying to play that game with nobody. Now I gotta kill you if you hit my car. I gotta kill you. I mean,
so you've been doing that at the gig, driving around the cars. So now you're in the marketing. I guess that'd be marketing. Yeah. What you do is for the companies where you're always going to different companies right now, rollouts. Are you noticing a difference of rollouts when it comes from, say, a manufacturer of a car as opposed to? Have you done any beverage rollouts at the beverage companies?
Nah, nothing lately since.
But you've done them before.
Yeah, like I've done some stuff with I think I've done some stuff with like Coca-Cola,
Red Bull. Yeah, I've been in the beverage. I was in the beverage game for years. Their rollouts are fairly, very big on promotion, on pop-ups and school events and NASCARs and drives. How do the car dealerships do in that aspect? Are they a little bit different, or a little bit more subtle, or?
I'll say they're a little bit more subtle because, all right, so recently I've been doing luxury brands. I did Lexus last year. So basically how that works is, the people that typically typically there's like an email list, right? Because people who are with these particular brands, they're usually loyalists.
Yeah.
So the company would blast out an email list like, hey, Mercedes got a new EQS, the new electronic car coming out. They're doing a test drive on such and such date, sign up. Same thing with Lexus, same thing with Mercedes, you know what I'm saying? BMW, same thing. So it's low key. So if you're in the loop, you know what I'm saying? You got the whip, you got a Lincoln, you know what I'm saying? Lincoln's gonna hit you up like, yo, we got a new whip coming out. Pull up. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that shit goes.
Is there any perks to the gig? Like, I mean, let alone you get the driver on the car, so you should be making your Instagram a way more lit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to let him see you, bro. Let him see you.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta make it a lifestyle business. You know what I'm saying? It's a job, but it's also it's an accessory to your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
I guess, man. I didn't do that. I don't want to look like I'm fronting.
You know, like TV Johnny got the grill on and all that stuff. He probably won't give a damn about grills, but this is what gets him around rappers. It was like, this is part of, you're not fronting. This is what you do for a job. I'm taking a picture from the car. I'm saying it's no damn different. It's a lifestyle brand.
See, I need a creative manager, bro.
I have of late has been I still been rocking out. You know, I've been doing this Toro stuff with the vehicles, renting out cars and Toros and all that. That journey is becoming, it's decent. It's not as passive as these guys make it seem like on the internet. Like, oh man, passive income. I've got only 2 cars in the fleet right now. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass, especially if I'm running to one airport and running to another. That, you know, you're going vacuuming and cleaning the same day. It's definitely not as passive, especially between you have high traffic areas. So you know what I'm saying? If you got other commitments, it gets in the way. I got stuff that I be planning on doing on Monday. I don't get around to it until Friday because I'm busy ripping and running to this thing or like this. It's not as glamorous as people say. Money alone, it is time consuming. It's not passive income like people say. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to get a partner in here. I'm up with my daughter when she starts driving. I can get her filling in the wheel, doing that aspect. But it's definitely a thing to learn. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a thing to learn. You know, trying to get going on that.
How many cars you got?
I got 2 now, 2 Teslas on there. I got a Model 3 and a Model Y. So
okay.
So, but it's one of those things. I'm looking to add another one on there. Maybe even like you're saying, maybe go that. But you said BMW. I might go with the Benz because you got to find the sweet spot of getting a vehicle that is luxury that'll rent well, but also that you don't want to finance too high because you have to rent it for a decent amount per day that people still gonna buy it. It's a deal. And it ain't gonna be sitting all day long because that car note's gonna fall on you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want it to fall on you at all. You gotta be on top of it.
Is there some type of way you could like kind of do research to see the most popular, you know?
I don't know if it's proprietary information. You can check super hosts near you, stuff like that. You can check certain cars. You can kind of do like your research that way. Yeah. They don't really get it like that, but I already know what you're saying. I already know Tesla's popping everywhere. There's certain cars that, especially if it's a popular car, if it's a high-end car, popular car that no one don't have, some people can only afford to rent it every now and then. So like I didn't realize the Corvette was so popular. It does great numbers on there.
The what one?
The Chevy Corvette, Chevrolet Corvette. Yeah. Oh yeah, man, they do great numbers. They're renting, you know what I'm saying, $150, $200 a day. And they come in crazy colors.
SRTs,
SRTs. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these two-door cars muscle cars do pretty good still.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I knew the luxury cars. I knew the luxury cars were gonna do good. I didn't expect these, especially American super. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect them to do good, but yeah, Chevy.
Yeah, now you see them in the videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They do pretty well. And then, so it's just trying to find the right balance on what you get. Tesla is one of the most, I find it one of the best ones because you get a Model 3 back in the days where you used to be able to get one as low as 35,000. And it's you know what I'm saying, now they don't sell it for that much, but it's still a very sought after car that you can get in at a decent price, fairly low, and then you could still rent it out, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm surprised like somebody ain't trying to take it from you at this time.
What you mean?
Like the Tesla, ain't nobody trying to make you any offers?
Trying to buy it from me?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't mean, why would they buy? I mean, cars are at a premium right now. All that stuff, like
Gas prices. Used to have gas
oh
prices.
yeah, you're gonna people
Shoot.
cars are at a premium right now. People, you can sell the car right now used more than you can. Used cars cost as much, if not more, than new cars because
Yeah, but I'm saying, especially a Tesla and an EV. Yeah.
Yep, the EVs. So, it's been pretty eye opening. You know, trying to do that aspect makes me see what the different ways. You know, got me thinking what other initiatives I could do with it. But like I said, it's been a pain in the ass, but it's kind of eye opening. It's pretty dope though.
I figure like in your market, since you live in like a family oriented travel market, like a van would be rented left and right, but it would get trashed. Kids trashing it.
Yeah, for the kids and all that. Yeah.
A mess.
Yeah, it probably would get trashed. That's true.
But I feel like that would be getting rented left and right. Because considering you know what I dealt with the other day going to renting a car at Orlando. Oh my goodness. I took an hour in that line, bro. That was just one line. You know what I mean? So if I could just get a Turo joint, you know what I'm saying, and then save money before the rental costs, yeah, I'll be lit. But
yep, and now rental companies are on there as well. It's crazy.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, because a Turo, you can go on there and do whatever split you want. And if you have your own fleet and your own insurance, you know, Turo might do like a 70-30 split where I keep 70% of profit, give them 30. I can do 80-20. You can do, of course, the more that's in my favor, the least coverage, the higher the deductible is going to be, because Turo is like an insurance company. Mm-hmm. So if I do 70-30, the deductible might only be $250. If you get into an accident, they'll cover everything. I pay the $250 to cover everything to get it back up to running. If I do 80-20, my deductible might drop down to $150. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I do 80-20, deductible might be $500 now. If I do higher, you know what I'm saying? The higher it is, the higher the deductible, because I'm keeping the pie. But if you have like your own fleet, you could tell them you don't want their insurance at all, and in return they want 5%. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They're like, well, you're running through our network, you're gonna get something. But then you're responsible for your own insurance. You're responsible for making the driver get his own insurance. So car rental companies are on there. You would never know them. They act like it's just another fleet, but they put the thing right on there. And you already know these car rental companies ain't going out without a fight. They're right on there.
Yeah.
Right on there with good, you're saying $200 a day, and they become super hosts super quick. So you just thinking, damn, these motherfuckers, I wonder if they should move. And it don't matter because they don't have to rent it on tour every day. The days you might see a high price, you're like, man, ain't nobody about this guy car. It's probably renting from the lot, and the days you want, it's probably booked out anyways. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So they got some kind of software, I imagine. It's kind of like how Gray got it with his Airbnb. I imagine if he has it on more than one site, as soon as it books on one site, it's going to notify the other one to block out the dates. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure they're not dividing one business with the other. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like once one's booked out, it's going to clear out the dates that way. And besides, car rental companies nowadays, you don't even get to pick the specific car anymore. Most of them is you get to pick the style of car.
Yeah.
Compact or something. And when you get there, they'll let you know what they have.
Yep.
So
thanks. Man, that's wild, man.
They're ready to get into these absurdities.
Yeah. Hey.
What y'all want to start with? Hip hop?
Let's see.
We might as well get into
we could do hip hop, yeah. Why not?
Let's get into hip hop. Was that last week? This one about Young Thug, or was that this week?
Young Thug, that was when I think week before.
Okay.
When it first started, when the war first started between Russia and Ukraine. Well, he decided to lend the help to a lot of the Black residents of Ukraine because they were being discriminated against. They weren't being allowed to leave.
What is this help? Well, how can you send any help into an active war zone?
That's about to say.
This is just PR talk.
Well, mainly to send money, send aids, to help him, I guess, catch a flight somehow,
You can't leave the country.
Catch a flight.
Where you gonna catch a flight to? Airports ain't out here talking about booking on Fridays. This is just
and you see how dirty Russia is, bro. First thing they attacked was the airport.
That's exactly.
That's what you do when you go to war.
First thing they attack.
Nowhere to leave.
You take out targets that you're like, hey, you keep Washington, we're gonna destroy your stuff. They're lucky that they're doing it the Russian way, because usually when we do in America, even Russia and other countries, maybe because they're a European country, they let them slide. They usually attack schools and hospitals first. Let you know that we about to get
they did attack
really bad.
They did attack a children's hospital.
Yeah, that's what they usually do. They attack stuff that, hey, things will get real crucial for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hit these hospitals and they'll start hitting monument areas and stuff like that. But yeah, as soon as you get them mad, they start attacking hospitals and stuff. They're like, listen, just know the next batch of people we kill you, I ain't gonna have a place to put them.
Funny you said that though. Like when they did that, like their stuff was on the news as if like US like kind of back themselves up as if like that's not something they normally do.
Yeah, we do the same shit. Yeah, we do the exact same. Everything Russia does, US do. Matter of fact, US and Russia do it around the world. They're the main two culprits that go around the world fighting what they call proxy wars, getting smaller countries to fight on their behalf for their worldview and doing the same. And then we come in for support and offer air support. That's exactly what we do: bomb hospitals and stuff like it's on the side because we can't have boots on the ground. So we do the same thing. But of course it's we gotta make it look a little.
Yeah, but you know how US do. US do it under the backup of like, this is what had happened to us, so this is the reason why we got to go in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they gotta fabricate it.
Yeah.
One thing Trump did though, good or for bad, I hate the fact that Trump did the whole fake news thing.
Oh, that thing.
I hate that he did that, but I can't say it isn't true. It sucks though. It sucks that he made it popular. Like he took the veil off of news, but it is true though. It's not like he was calling some stuff fake when he was clearly lying.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it made us really look at news. Is they lying with it? But then we realized news was lying about some shit.
Yeah,
he was lying too. But fake news is not a made up thing. There's plenty of fake news on it.
Mm-hmm.
He made you look closer into what he's really saying.
When you look at it, bro, whether it's Fox News or CNN, they both have their biases. And if they're mainstream, there's a whole lot of fakeness in it, especially for national security. These companies, you'll rarely find either of these guys say anything that goes in detriment. They say it's free speech, but you'll never see them say anything that goes in detriment of that country. So how free is it? They can undermine a president from a side of the other political party of that same state, but they won't say something like, "Oh, U.S. is just bad all around." Mm-hmm. They won't say something that's unpatriotic.
Speech.
Huh?
They should call it liberty speech.
Yeah, it's liberty speech. That's what we got.
Patriot speech.
Yeah, we don't got freedom. Yeah. We don't got freedom of speech. We got liberty speech. Exactly.
That.
Yeah.
And there are consequences too.
Yeah, we got liberty speech. That's exactly what it is. That might be the name of this podcast, this episode, Liberty Speech. Yeah, because neither side really gets to, one side would get the dog the Democrats, the other side gets the dog Republicans, but neither side gets to call America as a whole for task. They're like, hold on. We don't do that around here, Playboy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is kind of one of those things.
None of y'all catch like NPR? I like catching
NPR. I love NPR. NPR is not national, what's the name? But even NPR, like I said, if they're big, if you're an American, you're big, you're not independent. Let's say like a Joe Rogan is on independence. As you can see, and if he gets too much power, they got to put their foot on his neck. Even like a Alex Jones, as wild as he is, he gets to throw some shit that's kind of off the wall. They got to put his foot on. They're like, hold on, you can't do that. NPR is an institution. You won't be a respectable institution telling it as it is. They won't allow you to get big. They won't, even as big as you are, you become a threat. Like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Because NPR has real guests there to ask some good questions. I love NPR, man, especially they have I listen to a lot of their financial shows as well. And podcasts. They do they have quality podcasts in NPR.
Yeah.
But I remember Republicans were trying to get NPR unfunded and stuff like that. They're talking about, y'all over here fighting for liberal causes and stuff like that. And it wasn't that they're fighting for one side or the other. NPR was trying to call it down the middle. But like I told you will never get too big here with both sides starring at you. And you're definitely not going to get big if you want to call it as it is completely.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah. Their agenda that's being pushed
Yeah.
And for
NPR,
whatever,
even though from as a maybe from like a left leaning guy, you might feel like NPR is down the middle, but Republicans feel NPR is the left.
Oh, most definitely. No, I totally see that because they ask you questions. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, Trump actually walked out one of the sessions from the NPR guy. I remember this. Yeah, that was.
I got to see that.
Yes, the guy's name was. No, this was after the presidency, I believe too. The guy's name was Steve Inskeep, and he was asking him a question about I think the rally or something, and then the phone hung up.
Yeah,
the phone hung up.
Yeah, you like, man, get this guy off my line, man.
Like, I'm done with this shit. He's like, click.
No, this nigga talking about a rally, man. We off that, bro. That's it.
That's fake news.
Yeah, you sound really fake news just right about now. Get off the line.
I can definitely see why Republicans want to get him out of there. I mean, there's times where the Democrats be frustrated too. It's like, God damn, bro, you're online right now. You have some kind of crazy question right now. You got to chill. But Republicans ain't trying to hear that shit.
Republicans do want to get him back, but the thing about it is that Republicans can't control him.
No, yeah, I said that's the issue with Trump. I never thought Trump was gonna get too far. They're like, the country's not gonna allow nothing they can't control get in power. But then lo and behold, against a white man, maybe he's white, he's gonna put country first. But I never thought they'll let someone like Trump, someone that's gonna put himself first, get in power. Because it's country first. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what, we're gonna make sure the country don't look bad at the very least. When Trump was on that big stage talking about, well, you don't think we do? Remember when he said that? Man, he said, you think we're so innocent? When they're talking about how other countries, when we're talking about how the Saudi prince and the royal family killed that journalist. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. What do you think? We're so innocent? You don't think we do stuff wrong? I'm like, holy shit.
Damn.
Listen, nigga, a broken clock is right twice a day, bro.
He is right, but you ain't supposed to say that. This is
no, you weren't.
Yeah,
you the president.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. In some instances, he's too honest.
It's too damn honest. You're like, bruh, you on our side or what? What's going on? That's what we got.
Listen, y'all want to give him honest, or he's just a kid that just says whatever the fuck he wants.
He does say what he wants because he lies as well. Yeah, he definitely says.
He's losing it. First off, the way he speaks right now is not the way he spoke 20 years ago. Like the way, like you see his.
Oh, I said that already on this podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. But I remember seeing a TV show, and you hear the way he speaks so eloquently,
so proper, had all the proper. So I don't know. Is he losing it? Because you know he has the very dumbed down vocabulary. He's a huge, big. He didn't used to speak like that back in the days.
No.
Yeah, back in the days, this man had a full vocab, bro. This man is
huge.
Yeah, man, just huge. Everything is so awesome. Everything is great. He has very limited work. I don't know if he practiced what the words people know the most. He said, "We're just gonna go with that. We're gonna cancel all these other words." But whatever it is,
like, he connects with the average American more than politicians
because
he uses basic words.
Okay,
like really look at him as, you know what? Yeah, this guy speaks my language.
Yeah, but the issue,
politician using big words and all that stuff, that should fly over people's head, man.
What I'm saying is, when did that start happening? Because his whole life has been promoting to the elitists and the rich. That's where he gets his money from. He don't get his money from the average Joe. He gets his money from the wealthy. That's where he gets his money from. His wealthy. So I wonder what made him pivot to even think like that. I don't know how soon he started talking like that.
I guess before he started running, he decided, you know, hey, if I'm gonna have success, I'm gonna have to appeal to.
I don't know what it was.
Like, I mean, the thing is, like, the man is he's a what you call that?
Entrepreneur,
marketing, marketing expert. He knows how to market.
Because even when he was promoting Trump University and stuff like back in the days when he was going for the average guy, he was still using high vocab. The man, like I said, the man had vocab. He used to speak. Yeah. It wasn't until I can't pinpoint when, but along the years he got dumbed down. This guy, like, you can't say this guy can barely speak. This guy ain't about to do nothing out the blue.
When you marketing, you gotta speak the language of the people who you're marketing to. So.
Yeah, out the blue.
He does that well.
He was already doing that with doggone Apprentice, I guess. Like
maybe that's where he learned it from.
Him using those words, like them simple words, that's nothing to me. It's the fact that he does all the repeating. He repeats the words.
It's both.
That's
I'm
what.
like, is that an act or is he actually dumb? It's crazy to me, but it's resonating with people. I'm like, this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know where to put that.
Yeah, it's just weird.
You know how some people put on a character and after a while you can't tell if the character's real or not, or if it's really them, or if they're still playing the character. You know what I'm saying? Imagine like, you know what I'm saying? Like imagine like a Razor Ramon or thing. We know that wasn't really him. Or even Hulk Hogan. Remember, Hulk Hogan's not even an American. He's an Italian guy. You know what I'm saying? So there's some people that play the character so long, we believe Hulk Hogan's like a biker American guy when he's like that. Even I don't even think Undertaker's like a biker in real life. You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys got branded so well that they changed in. I don't know if they even believe it. There's that one comedian from back in the days. They used to wear the leather jackets. He was real big. They speak on him, and he's Jewish, but you'd never know. You know what I'm saying? You think he's like a biker. You know what I'm saying? He was a huge comedian back in the days, but it's one of those things. Some people pivot, change their role, and you'll never know.
Shit, Razor Ramon was doggone from Maryland. That dude's white.
Exactly, and they made him to like an Italian. You know what I'm saying? That's how. Yeah, sometimes characters.
He based it off of he based it off of Tony Montana.
Yep, the bad guy. Yep. I imagine. Think of even someone like a Drake. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a Drake, the persona we get of like a Drake, the kickback, slayback ladies, man. He's probably more of a dork. That's why he has to stay a bit more reserved. You won't get too much of him. Sometimes when you see him get to do comedies and sketches, you're like, damn, this motherfucker's really well talented. Yeah, because he's more on that side. That's what he is. That's his real him. This hip hop stuff, this suave, laid back, that's the acting he's giving y'all. When you see these cutting chops with Tina Fey at a comedy show, joke, that's the real Drake. That's the So I feel it's one of those things, but we don't know which came first. But either way, to go back on Young Thug, I don't think it sounds good that he's gonna help out the black folks in Ukraine, the black Ukrainians that are being discriminated and hated against. Because even in the midst of war, motherfuckers gotta hate black people.
Which is wild.
Which is wild, right? But I think he's just virtue signaling, so I don't really know how you can help him. What else do we have in hip hop? Young Boy disses Gucci Man, Boosie, and they both fired back. That did happen. Yep.
Yeah, on his track, because you know how he had the beef with Dirk.
Mm-hmm. And
I guess
picking sides.
Yeah, and a lot of rappers don't want to pick sides, Yep. So some rappers, say like, man, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? If if I need to collab with this guy, I'm gonna collab with him. I'm gonna make a song with him. But
a lot of rappers did pick sides. A lot of rappers won't do music with Young Boy.
A lot of them did. But you're talking about Gucci and Boosie now. Them boys old heads, man. They about to play that games with y'all. They're not on the same mindset as y'all.
Yeah. Man. Well, the reason he has the issue of both of them is because in their mindset, he got on the track and the track is dissing him on the track. You're like, hold on. This is a clearly diss track to me, and you're on the track. So like, are you co-signing the smoke? That's different. So there's that. And what Boosie is because when he said Boosie is because he's like, these guys, you're like, Boosie's like, I don't know. I guess he mentioned on track Boosie was calling his phone or something like that. Boosie said, man, I don't call phones though. I call shots. I know what you're talking about. Quit playing all that fake shit. How come you ain't clear the record that we did? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pretending like we cool, but when it's we do the whole recording, which is what an industry thing to do. Hey, yeah, man, I got you, man. I come down to the studio just to save face, but as soon as it's time to release the record, oh no, we ain't signing off that clearance. Or they'll ask for a crazy dumb number they know you ain't got. You know what I'm saying? So that way they get this keep it real, but still blame the corporate side for why this shit didn't come out. You know what I'm saying? Try to straddle both sides.
Yeah, that's just a whole facade. Because it's funny how even within hip hop, and what I'm also seeing, okay, you got all these guys who pushing this image of this carefree thug outlaw, the CEO, and even the engineers they work with, a lot of them are white.
Of course,
Jewish white
guys. This regular white guys that just posted up. I mean, one of the best scenes that you see is these gangsters and thugs. When they I don't think they do it anymore. When these niggas have to come audition, they used to go down to the studio and then boys doing little private performances all in front of the desk I remember the last person that had a real good one was
Black youngster.
Bobby. No, your boy Bobby.
Schmurder.
Bobby Schmurder. He was all in the dancing. I'm like, how am I dancing for these fucking nerds? What they know about the fuck I got going on? How they can't go? I'm saying I dance in front of the streets. You know, the streets on this side of the show. I'm saying, who are these guys, interns coming with their book? Oh, Bobby's giving the live presentation at 4. Come and check them out. I don't need their approval. Who the fuck these guys is? A bunch of pencil pushers. How can he say? It blew my mind. I just seen the I started watching that was it the Jesus? Is it Jesus? What's the Kanye documentary? Genius. Yeah, the Kanye documentary. I'm on like the first episode, and I remember him performing a bunch of interns, office folks, and they kind of playing him, like not paying him any mind. But who the fuck is these people anyway? What they know? You know what I'm saying?
And they got no taste in music.
Yeah, they're just out here doing what they're told. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And they got off of one hit. That don't mean they know how to. I'm saying it's crazy. A room full of DJs is one thing. A room full of influencers is another. But you mean tell me a bunch of office workers that work at the company? What they you know what I'm saying? It don't make any sense. If I own a bottling company, if I own Coca-Cola, I don't go around and tell all the staff, have a taste of this. We think this is good. What they know about them? They just work here.
Trying to get
what that mean?
trying to get the streets hot first.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh no.
But yeah, the Bobby Schmurder, I mean not the Bobby, the
Boy.
young boy, it's gonna be his ascension is pretty good. It's gonna be crazy to see how the industry does, because he's definitely here for the long run.
And speaking of which too, like pretty soon he's about to drop his last album with Atlantic. And so right now it's time for them, it's gonna be time for him to renew his contract with them. And I don't think he really wants to. He's not feeling that. He wants to own his masters, but Atlantic's not gonna give that up.
I'm tired of this masters talk, bro.
And right now, Atlantic is in a tough spot too, because like the man is still hot. He's still in his prime, and he's only like what, 23 years old.
Yeah, they've been throwing him some crazy bread that he's turning down. Like, why? You don't need to own your master. Your shit don't get played heavy on the radio or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
sell them shits off, bro. Get top dollar for it.
He got a big fan behind him, though.
Get top dollar for it and wait 7 years and re-release the thing and no audio. Now you're getting paid 2 ways the same thing and you're getting paid for it. It's the only way it's like you're able to sell your house, pull out all the equity, and still keep the house.
But you know what it is? It's trending. It's trending talk.
It's trending. There's no reason to be trying to fight for your masters right now if someone's paying top dollars for it. Get the top dollars and come back in a couple of years, release the same thing, and they don't own any of it. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You look at these old heads cashing out, getting $20-40 million for their whole catalog. You're saying, well, let alone because they're about to check out, they want to secure the bag. But if they had enough time on the table, like if they do, they're like, hold on, I could re-release this all over again. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna sell this and then re-release it and eat it again.
You know, the funny thing is, I would say like it's best for them to do it because like music now is not the same as it was back then. Like back then, like I mean, stuff that you know were like being produced back then were classics. Oh, now we got right now is, you know, like
no, you can't say that because classic only comes with time. Classic because
I don't think it's a classic anymore though.
No, listen.
As much as you know, you got like so much being pumped out. Yeah.
Listen, that Old Town Roads,
especially with the fans, you know, have like, you know, these like 2 seconds, you know, mind span.
Listen,
yeah, come on.
I feel you on that one right there because, like you said, music just coming out left, right.
It is a lot, but the bigger guys stuff.
Make it even worse. TikTok, the 30 second or 50 second, you know, cut you get on TikTok. Sometimes it's more popular than the whole song itself.
That's true. That's true. Yep.
It's crazy. Like, what's next? You know, just the ad lib. Just you know.
Can y'all tell me the biggest song of last year?
The biggest song of last year.
It's crazy, bro.
That's what I'm saying. This is like what I'm saying. Like, once it comes out, you know, after a couple of weeks, you know, people forget about it.
Was it something by The Baby or Jack Harlow?
No, I don't even know. Like, you can give me your own opinion on what you think is the biggest song of the last year. And the fact that we have to think this long says a lot.
Nah, The Baby got canceled last year. The year's all been a blur because of COVID, but it's probably something.
Nigga, it's been a blur for a few years now.
The baby,
Exactly.
maybe Meg the
What
Stallion.
was it? The Drake? Damn, I can't even
See,
name.
we can't even think. We could used to say back that ass up was a song of the year, or we could have said you know what I'm saying, the DMX song was song of the year. We can't do that no more. And we can't say we so far removed from music like we old heads, because we still listen to the music. But there's so much music coming out, you know what I'm saying? You can't call it. And I don't even know the Baby's songs that was big last year. You could say maybe Lil Baby, but the Baby was hot in 2020. 2020. Last year wasn't Lil Baby at all. That's how much of a blur music is right now.
The Baby didn't drop no bangers last year. I thought he dropped some bangers last year.
He had music last year, but last year he was in the middle of all that cancel bullshit. You know what I mean?
Last year was on fire right up until he hit that.
Yeah, he had the Dan Lay followed by the cancel thing that whatever the cancel.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Danny Lay dropped us a little banger, that Yellow Bone shit. It came and went. Yellow Bone, that's what she want. They can't turn that out. Get us a little banger, but what else absurdities we diving into? We have other hip hop. Eminem, RIA. You know, I'm glad this happened, because too much, like I said, motherfuckers been getting spicy. Talk about Eminem, this, that, and third. Or your favorite rapper was whack. He was only dope at the time. So RIAA, the RIAA, you know what I'm saying? That's the people that gives you the plaque, whether they're platinum or gold. They went back and they recalculated also, because Eminem had a couple of one-offs. He had a couple of singles doing a couple 100,000 here, maybe a million streams there. They said, we haven't set back. They said, you know what, guys, it's time to crack the books and make sure we get our certifications on. Let's start with Eminem. When they crack it out, this man Eminem has now 3 diamond albums. It's hard enough to do it once. That's 10 platinum. He already had it twice. One of his diamond albums, the latest one, is a greatest hits album, which is insane in itself. You know what I'm saying? It's already had 2 albums that went diamond, and now the greatest hits of my hits is now also diamond. And then all these other singles none got gold and platinum. He's now the most certified artist in history, with diamonds and platinum plaques, this, that, and the third. So I like it, because motherfuckers were dissing on Eminem for a long time, and people feel like Eminem was only dope because he was young, dissing on pop groups and teen angst. But everyone has to have the right formula at the right time to be a superstar. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's only so many superstars. You know what I'm saying? Had Michael Jackson been around in the area where it was full of stars, he might not have shot as much. He came in the era where music was just thriving, and he had music videos that pushed the envelope the best. He was singing. He looked like a lady, but was a dude. He had guys want him, girls want him. He had the perfect formula at the time. Would that shit fly right now? Hell no.
He had bubbles.
Yeah, he had the monkey. He had graphic design. He had everything. He had something for everybody. At that time, that shit flew.
The thing with Eminem, he's in what you call that? He fall in kind of a split.
You know what?
Yeah, he is hip hop, but also he also represents a different group of audience. He represents
the biggest consumer of audience, the people that actually pay the most.
He represents like the middle class white.
Yeah,
the poor middle class white. Because you listen to his lyrics, they don't really relate to, like, you know, the hood.
No. He doesn't relate to the streets. Unless he's talking about poverty.
But guess what, though? He introduced the art form to his audience.
They've been there. They was there, but that's one of them.
But like, we weren't speaking their language, though. Like, nobody was speaking what we were speaking. Talk about, you know, fuck your mama, this and that. Fuck my mama. Like, come on. We ain't saying nothing like that, bro. We love our mamas. We ain't saying that shit.
Yeah, like Machine Gun.
Mamas, but we done seen plenty of white kids say that to their mom. You're like, now niggas need to be like, oh yeah, I know white kid this crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, niggas in the hood, they saying that shit to their mama. We ain't talking about, you know, like, I'm cleaning up my closet. I'm
fire ass song right there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that art from them, you know, in their language.
What I hate is when
what they speak. Just like, you know, our artists, you know, in the hood, you know, like, relate to us. He related to them in that art and in the hip hop art form.
But I hate that when there's black folks that talk about. There's some black folks that, man, I ain't never listened to Eminem. It's just cool.
Yeah, exactly. He don't need you to.
But it's not even that he
He
don't
got a
need
way
you to.
bigger audience than even the hip hop audience itself.
But I can understand saying you never listened to him because you didn't really relate to his topic, which is cool. But some people be acting like I ain't never listened to him, like he was whack, or I ain't never listened because he's not lyrical. I'm like, it ain't because that you ain't listen to him because you ain't like what his subject matter. But to play like this dude can't rhyme, you are tripping, man. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing I'll tell you too, even like the radio stations that doesn't play hip hop plays Eminem.
Oh, of course. But you know, he's a white guy, so he's gonna have the double dip effect. He got the pop culture aspect. Yeah. So he has that kind of an outreach, but it's not like Eminem isn't liked or loved by some of your favorite rappers. He's some of your favorite rappers. This is super lyrical, and he's not. He could have long time ago been left hip hop culture. Eminem could have been said, "Oh, I'm about to go do movies. Don't call me Eminem. I only know him as Marshall, guys." That was the old me. He could have sold us out long time ago. Most of these white acts do that. Most of these white acts come in, get the bread from us, appreciate it, niggas.
And they went back to white.
And they went back to white. They're like, we gonna eat over here. We ain't gotta keep it real all the time. I'm gonna go over here, Tyrone. See ya. You know what I'm saying?
No, that man really loves this stuff. You know,
he loves the culture.
Yeah, he loves it. Yeah.
You can tell he really loves it. Look at the artists he signs. He don't sign gimmicky artists like himself. He only signs lyrical artists that don't even really sell well, because they're so stuck on just the verses, the battling on the art.
He
could have been went and sold out and got the motherfuckers that's gonna say, you don't think he got the ear for it? You don't think he could do it? But he said, nah, I like the battle. I like the niggas that get busy, get down and dirty. He's signing the Joe Buddens, the Royce the 5'9s. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker signing Griselda. This motherfucker signing the lyrical, the assassins. You know what I'm saying?
I found out he also have his own station on satellite radio on XM.
Yeah, he been at it, the Shady 45. Yeah.
And that's what I said. That got me thinking. How come, like, you know, like ain't no, you know, like none of us have that shit. Like,
oh no, niggas ain't got
Rock the Bells is LL's joint, ain't it?
I don't know if it's his. I think he's a host on there. I don't know if it's his.
I think Rock the Bells might be, because I hear a lot of LL on Rock the Bells.
But he's a host on there though.
I don't think he's just the host. We're gonna have to look that up.
Because I know Kevin Hart got his.
Yeah, he does have his. Yes, he does.
And Jamie Foxx has his.
Jamie Foxx has one too?
Yeah. Or really? He's on the Foxhole, or is he just a show on the Kevin Hart one? The Foxhole on satellite radio. The Foxhole. But Kevin Hart for sure has his own station now. It came after. But I think Jamie Foxx had his before that. The Foxhole, or if not, for sure he had a show. But that's where people like Godfrey stayed relevant for so long. They were on satellite radio. Even Angela Yee came from Shady 45 and those radio stations. I remember back in the days, those stations, they could curse, they could do whatever they want. The shit was so dope. But yeah, the Shady 45 was always one of the illest ones, man, because he had artists that are real rippers that, like I'm saying, that won't be censored. So I'm just glad Eminem got his accolades in order, because now it's become very trendy and cute to make fun of higher rhymes. I'm talking about you saying, I'm like, yeah, now you can say maybe some of his rhymes ain't as cool as more. Some of his new shit ain't kicking on, but they got a bunch of hits under his belt.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, he's relating to his audience.
It's not even that he's relating. Nowadays, it's not even that he's relating, because, you know, he doesn't do the drugs anymore. So he's not gonna be talking about his mom and shit anymore. He's not talking about that anymore. And we're out of the teenage.
Yeah, but even when he's not talking about his mom, like even like the stuff, he's not gonna say the stuff, you know, like our artists would be saying, you know what I'm saying?
No, he says some stuff. He talks about a lot of stuff like culture-wise, or like culture stuff, like as far as like, I remember back in the days when he had like speaking on like the George Bush about going to war and shit like that. He says some shit that relates to
that's more political. That's like,
yeah, but it's political effects. It's not stuff that don't affect it. It talks about poverty. It talks about stuff, but our audience ain't
that affects everybody. That's you know, just us.
Yeah, but he's not just he can't expect us poverty. He's not us. He's not just, he grew up on poor blocks.
I'm talking about, say, like when you got like a lyrical guy like Jadakiss will say something like, you know, directly relating to like someone like you, like everyday life. Like,
yeah, what I'm saying
guy
is
in the hood. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying, he's gonna say it to the best of his ability that's relatable. He's not gonna overextend and pretend that he
doesn't relate to. That's what I'm saying.
Seller or anything like that.
Even if he's gonna say it, he won't relate as well.
To some, sure. But when he's talking about poverty, growing up in 8 Mile and Detroit, broke, he paints a very vivid picture, very good at it.
Yeah.
He does.
His
He
audience.
paints the same picture that a Big Sean does. Almost all these people that came out of Detroit did. This nigga Eminem was not lying. This shit is fucked up over there. He's been talking about these streets the same way as they was, but nonetheless, he won't get the nowadays. It's a good, and that's not a bad thing. I would say it's a good or bad thing. Now black folks are more vocal, this, that, and a third. But some black folks, especially like on Twitter, they make it like I said, Twitter is like a make-believe place of what would happen if you give niggas power. Motherfuckers just go on there and will hate just to hate. I swear, motherfucker came on there. Oh, can we stop with Adele already? And then you'll see 100 likes, motherfuckers. I know, right? She's average at best. I'm like, motherfucker. I'd be ready to chuck the damn phone. Right there. I'd be ready to chuck the phone. I'm like, y'all niggas is lying. Yeah. They go after Ed Sheeran. I'm like, bro, come on. There's some motherfuckers that we give a pass because they white and they doing the same shit that black people do. They're like, we're gonna give them. We know that, but there's some motherfuckers that really get busy. Do not lie. Their color just happens, but motherfuckers is not having. We ain't trying to hear that. You caping for them. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. It lets you see. Maybe that's the same shit white folks do to us already because they're in power. But it lets you see if niggas in power, that's the type of shit they be on.
Just can't just trying to cancel everybody.
That discriminative, the same way white folks discriminate on skin color, they're knocking down this person's scale. Like, what? I'm like, are you not hearing this? It makes me realize if niggas get power, they gonna be on that same shit.
Yeah. We ain't got that. We ain't got it. Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't got it. That's the only reason.
I'm gonna say this though. I want to say Eminem is definitely for the culture, and Eminem is definitely an ally. So niggas can't really hate too hard on Eminem because we could even say back in the day how remember them tapes came out when he was on he was talking about like black women and shit, like calling black girls bitches and shit like that.
Yeah,
I'd say he definitely made up for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
there was a little one that was his high school thing rapping
because his
girlfriend dumped him, and he's talking about black women to use you and dump you. So but nonetheless,
he made up for that though. You know what I'm saying?
It's not. I'm over at the point where you can say something racist doesn't make you racist. You know what I'm saying? Racist is an action. It's not a word. There's plenty of foul-mouthed motherfuckers out here calling people all sorts of. You got guys out here calling guys fags and gays. You got other people calling people niggers. But are they making a person lose their job? Are they treating them any different? How you talk about a person is different. But is there action behind it? How you might see a person, you be like, oh, I'm fucking with crackers. But you tell my person, are you respectful? You treat them like any other person. You're not passing over a job. Are you saying? You can have what you speak on them, but is there action to that word? Because these are just words at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, he was young, you know what I'm saying? So, but you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that he made amends for that, but he's shown enough to the culture, right? Where he done, like the George Floyd, he done made donations. You see what he did at the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm for one not gonna say that any white person isn't not racist, but I'm not gonna pretend that they all are racist. And on Twitter, they'll have you believe that all these motherfuckers is racist. They're just hiding out. Like all of them don't have something to benefit from it. You gotta understand, racism is a system that some people have to. There's some people that benefit from it. There's some white people. The only thing they get the benefit of is just a belief. There's some people like, no, I'm not even. I don't get the benefit of it. I don't get them the benefits of it.
They might get it but don't know. I mean,
they might get it but don't know. So they don't. That's what I'm saying. So they don't.
Yeah, I can't say they don't get the benefit.
But something that you're unaware of,
like from the foundation, like if you really like help, build like the foundation of something, no matter what. I mean, the benefit trickles down to whoever comes in,
definitely
whoever comes after.
But if you got the benefit, just like the same thing that happened with kids that are spoiled. If you got the benefit and you are made aware of it, you're spoiled. You take it for granted. You're like, I didn't get nothing. I got the muscle. What does the one thing this country do? It makes a lot of my folks.
Yeah, because now, like the benefit that you have, it's normalized to you.
Exactly. It don't feel like
it's a benefit. Just as much as breathing air.
Exactly. It don't feel like a benefit. So they're not. Some people aren't actively in it of trying to keep the system up. Some people are smart enough. Nigga, this shit's a system, and I like the way this shit going. I ain't about to let y'all fuck this shit up. But there's some people like, I don't know the fuck you're talking about. I'm just getting it just like you get it. You know what I'm saying? That's how some people like, and that's the thing. So, but I think because we see things in the context of race, because it affects us so much, because we're black, we can't. Some people don't put that. They're like, nah, these white folks don't know me. Like, I don't think all these motherfuckers are colluding together to keep us to think like that. These motherfuckers ain't that smart. To that, like, y'all giving them too much credit. There's some that are.
How said it's like it's something that it's already like put in motion.
It's already in motion, and people are too lazy to do the deep dive or go against motion. It's the same way that any other tribe. It's like you have one group of black folks, or you go to certain countries. Let's say, for example, in Jamaica, they don't want no more Haitians coming over there because the Haitians that left Haiti, that migrated over there, are going over there getting cheaper work or getting other jobs or working. They're like, these guys are coming for all the jobs. No more Haitians. It's the same thing that happens. There's always a migrant class that comes in. The other group like, nah, we don't want these motherfuckers coming over here. It's human nature.
Oh, in fact, new study came out too, like about the wealthier households in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And white is really not at the top.
Yeah, it's not. Asian's been at the top. That's not new. It's been for a while now.
In fact, it's Asian. You have Indians. You have Asians basically. Yeah,
Asian been at the top.
And they worried about black folks still. Yeah.
The difference is though the Asians though is they're also the group, the demographic that's one of the least politically. They're not really
mind their business.
They're not really into voting. They really mind it. They just mind their business and getting this money.
Yeah, they keep it on the hush. Yeah, that's what.
But that makes white folks even more weary. They're like, we can't trust these motherfuckers. They ain't actually what they're really loyal to.
Yeah, you go anywhere, any hospital, you see them there. You go to any like high tech, high financial position, they there. Mm-hmm. And they got somebody that look like them next to them. So,
well, you know what happens? U.S. props up India as a way to go against China, but it's just a matter of time before U.S. flips on India, talking about there's too many Indians taking all the jobs. We're gonna flip on them the same way we flipped on Chinese folks that came here to work. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna say, oh, there's too many people coming here getting getting jobs, being doctors the same way. This shit is crazy.
Well, what you gonna do? We already have a shortage of doctors.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
And the average motherfuckers ain't gonna do 8 years to do it, right?
Well, who's to say what to do? Maybe they'll lower the requirements.
Dumb down the country.
Requirement on your life, yeah.
Yeah, you feel me? Made a mistake. The wrong shit.
That you do, bro. You gotta start asking some, like more specific questions, bro.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a kidney surgery. This motherfucker cut out the heart. Shit.
Imagine that. When your Dembo Kardashians doing surgery on you.
Oh God! Listen, all the specialists.
I don't know. That thing look like. I guess I'm gonna cut it.
All the specialists are gonna be immigrants, bro. Because Americans do not have the doggone patience.
The hustle, the hunger, the
hunger.
That. Yes.
Let's not say that.
That's not okay.
We're saying that.
Once these what they call them, these fundamental blacks, what they call them, or these ADOS. They hear that
nobody sees you, bro.
On Twitter, there's a big rift between Black Americans and immigrant Americans and Black immigrant Americans.
That's something they're fighting for, a power that they'll never have. They're not gonna have it.
I don't want to say never.
The weaker you get, all you're doing is just now you're just making noise for no reason, and nobody cares.
They call themselves, some of them. It's two rifts. There's those that call theirs ADOS. That's African American descendants.
You see, more division.
And then there's the other one. They broke apart. Those that call themselves fundamental Black Americans. You know what I'm saying?
We're for the same thing.
They took the African out of it. They're like, we're not African, we're so removed. We're fundamental. So there's
what are you gonna do?
It's wild.
Did Smokey Robinson say some shit like that the other day? I'm not African American. I'm just Black American or some shit like that.
I said I'm not African American. I'm American. Maybe he don't want the hyphen.
Smokey Robinson. He said that I'm not African American. I'm just Black American or something like that.
Maybe they don't like the word African in front of it.
I'm like, y'all niggas is too smart for me, man. God damn.
For real.
I'm like, shit. Everybody wants to
That's
do
what
a
you gotta
different.
say, man. You know, don't offend them by saying they're dumb. Just say they're too smart.
Like, bro,
Too smart for their own good. Like, what the hell are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like,
where you think this came from? Like, I don't know, man. You know what? Everybody do your own thing. At this point, I'm confused.
yeah, for real. Go in the middle of Nebraska, wherever. They'll tell you what you are.
Oh, they'll tell you what the fuck you are.
They'll let you know.
Go to Mississippi.
It seems like they don't know. It seems like they don't know anymore. Like,
Go to Mississippi. They'll sort it all out for
yeah,
you.
go to Mississippi. They'll let you know.
They'll
Go to the bottom of Louisiana. Yeah.
They'll sort it all out for you. Don't worry about it.
Before you hear the word nigga, you're going to hear a little click clack first. That's called an introduction.
Yeah, that's it. They'll sort it out.
What's that with Family Guy skit? The black dude came around on the boat. Asked, hey, you know where the other side of town is? And he just put his gun, click clack. That's where you from. It's just too much, man. Like it's really all this breaking down in division. All it's doing is making you weaker. Yeah, you just really stumping your feet and do what? And I heard like he had what was it? The leader of the Addos, that dude, what's his name?
Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah, he had raised $1 million for a museum.
Mm-hmm.
And and he haven't, he doesn't have anything to show for it. He doesn't have anything to show for it. No museum have been built yet. So even if you build a museum, where are you gonna get the artifacts? Where are you gonna get all that stuff? Where are you gonna?
He's pulling a Umar, Dr. Umar.
Yeah,
Listen,
and that's what them boys doing. Like, really, like that's what them boys doing.
These guys are either con men or they're the smartest guys in the room.
I can't tell which.
Really show you how,
you can't tell just yet. They're either the smartest guy in the room or they're con men.
But they might
show you how like gullible and really.
They might just be real smart. They're not gullible. Things just ain't working in their favor. So we got to look at them like these niggas trying to rip you off.
But niggas been doing this for some time now.
Yeah, because as Americans, by default, we thinking this motherfucker's stealing from. You know what I'm saying?
they don't learn how like other group have like use the black race to manipulate and exploit and get what they want. Now they don't want to doing it. Now they doing it.
Yep.
It's just wild, yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. I mean, at least I know Nasheed did like the color joints, color movies.
Well, no, he does the color movies and he sells them. If you're trying to reach your people,
that one, yeah,
selling is the worst way possible. How are you gonna reach them? I always knew that motherfuckers were fake, bro. Even documentaries, the best documentaries out there, I could never get them for free on YouTube. I always gotta pay or rent or get. I could never find them. Why motherfuckers shit? Like when I tell people, well, you ever seen Loose Chain or you ever seen Colorless? It's never readily available. If you're trying to get to the people, make that shit as easy, as free as possible. I shouldn't have to jump through hoops to get like Bowling for Columbine. Remember back in the day when your boy was going against Bush, when he Michael Moore dropping Capitalism of Love Story. All these good, this guy be hitting. He's always hitting the nail on the head. He ain't really worried about the nail on the head. He worried about the profits. Because if he worried about the nail on the head, he'll drop that shit right on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? They just go and get that endorsement. They spend big bucks. They do the rollout, knowing that only people with money is going to be able to afford to watch it. They're not the ones you need to reach. You're trying to reach as much people as possible. You got to make this shit as free as possible. It gets a lot more loud, but motherfuckers looking for the short change. So I can't really believe in these folks out here, brother. That we trying to say it's the stuff, but they're putting a price to it.
But at one particular point, don't you need to make money so that way you can produce the next project, the research that goes behind it, the film work, the producing it?
You definitely do. That's another
I'm not gonna lie, you do.
You do.
Boys, the thing is, one, they don't have like enough good people on their team
Studio
to actually help them, do anything, or else, they're just too what you call that? They're too. What's the word? I want to not
too independent, self-sufficient.
Yeah, but they think they could do everything themselves. They don't want to, include, a Or they just can't work together. They want to include other people to work with them.
I met another black guy.
That's Umar's issue right now too. I mean, I think Umar's great. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, certain things you're just not gonna. They're not your cup of tea. They're not your specialty.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes some of these guys be fraud. Sometimes, man. Some of this stuff they think. Yeah. Like Umar's take on that, you can't marry no one outside the race. It to me is kind of crazy. I was like, I don't understand how love and race has to do anything if it's that business. You know what I'm saying? I find it kind of crazy, but that kind of speaks on Tyreek, because I believe his wife and stuff is Hispanic, so that's completely different. But it's just some of these guys, you always find chinks in their armor into the arguments. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they say, and they have certain stuff, and I'll be cool if they say my way is not the only way, or let's work together. But there's always something that's not sticking to it. You know what I'm saying?
And in some cases, if you're a follower, you're the dummy.
Yeah.
Dummy. You're just funding their lifestyle. It's like they become the new preacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what happens.
They're the new preacher. Church is in session.
Anyways, another thing in hip hop, we keep going these tangents. Chris Brown, after he had the girl hit him with that rape accusation, he dropped that audio. Hit her with that flame. Her attorney dropped her, and so she's no longer going to be being represented anymore. And I guess she's either probably going to drop the charges, and that's going to be the end of it. Because this is a girl that claimed that Chris Brown raped her, and it's going to release audio of the girl afterwards. Talking about, look, I just want to hit, you know what I'm saying, one more time. It was good. I understand you didn't want to talk. He got audio of it, though. The worst shit, this bitch out here begging.
And he had the text too?
He got the text. The text don't even do it enough justice. It's the audio.
Yeah.
God ass. So like that shit is fucking, bro. How you got the nerves?
And she's going to sue him for what, 20 million?
They need to take this and press charges immediately. You know what I'm saying? They need to hit it with a Jesse Smollett. Lock her ass up. They don't make no sense because you out here trying to ruin this guy's name, trying to get railroad this guy because he either cold called you or whatever, and then what's him, but you just trying to squeeze him. What I'm saying, it's wild, Hal. You know what I'm saying? At some point or the other, we're gonna have to tackle this false accusation thing.
I said
we're gonna have, I know it's on the back burner now. I know we're getting around to it. We're going to believe all women, or unless we don't want to alienate one. But at some point or another, guys, as a collective, we as much power as they claim we have, we're gonna have to get together. Like, we got some power, guys. We gotta put this on the books. This cannot be allowed to happen. This shit has happened too rampant. At the very least, when you catch the people that's faking it, there's gotta be time for that. It can't just be, oh, she's a liar and that's the end of it. If you can prove she's a liar, and especially prove she's lying, there's got to be time to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's time now is gone if the guy went the other way. It don't make any sense.
In the meanwhile, he's losing business. He's getting blackballed.
That's
how this thing go away. It's like, what's this say? You're just guilty. Like, you're guilty by social for that.
They gotta make it as bad as the rape was. They gotta make the false accusation of rape to be like the whole other just as bad thing. You know what I'm saying? There's gotta be, it's gotta be to the point where you losing jobs as well. Like it's on your resume in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to hire this girl here. You know what I'm saying? It gets crazy.
Yeah, that's gonna be something serious. Yeah, because somebody who have a history of doing that, imagine they start working at a place where they have to work close to managers or anybody else like that, where they have to like do meetings and stuff.
The only reason I think it hasn't been so serious or put on the books is guys that are in power are too busy caping for women. In the sense that, they don't want to alienate them or make their base too mad. Because for you to say you don't want to make the ones that do come out.
Well, enough of them haven't got hit yet. That's what it is.
It's not only that, but it's one of those things.
That's what it is. Once you get hit, you're gonna be like, nah, fuck this.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen enough that it's gonna what's name. But you need to be worried about the next guy. You need to be worried about the next guy that you like. Let me nip this before it happens. But these guys are so busy that they worried about their own self-interest, or they're too busy pandering that they don't even think about let me fix this because it could happen to your son or anything else. Duval was over here arguing with people against online about that shit. You're like, man, that tape didn't come out. Y'all would have been out here calling Chris Brown all sorts of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even get it. Y'all not gonna get it until it happens to your son.
Yeah, facts. No, this shit needs to get nipped in the bud. Like, this shit has been taken. It's not taken seriously enough.
It's not.
You should not be able to just walk away after ruining somebody's life, bro. We see this time and time again. There's a football player from college
went to jail for like 4 years, lost his whole NFL. He was an NFL, like on route to do that. Go to college and shoot. Girl charged for rape. He did like 4 years, only for her to come out years later and said it.
Yeah, no. Shorty needs to go straight to jail, bro.
Yeah, that shit is
straight to jail. You don't probably messed up his financial opportunities, the relationships he probably had, ruined forever. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you needs to go straight to jail for that. There's no leniency for you because you're female. Y'all wanted equality, here's equality.
I don't see enough women tackling it. That shit is. I don't see enough people tackling. Period. I know it's not.
It's really men, bro. It's really men. Men need to step up.
It's a big detriment that a motherfucker can say this, and by default, a woman can say you're raped today, and at the very least, they got to take you in for they got to take you in to grab DNA and stuff like that. Nothing else, just off word.
Facts.
You're like, all right, he raped me. Okay, we got to take you in. They're like, what? You ain't got no evidence. I ain't seen their house. You ain't got no footage. That's just off word. Sorry guys, we got to take you in. We got to extract DNA. So just off the strength of one word. So if that's power, don't act like that's not no power. You have that power. Don't allow motherfuckers to take that power away from you by allowing motherfuckers to manipulate and abuse that power. They need to do something about that. But I don't know. Who knows? That Chris Brown dodged the bullet with that one, but of course, all the media outlets are reporting on it.
Yeah, he's got to be more careful, man, because like he's been getting a lot of these women.
He's been beating all of them. That's all it is. That's the one thing I like about Chris. That he ain't got no problem saying. He was remember that shirt that said that bitch lying when the girl talking about he hit him and he ended up releasing the footage. Talking about this is her at the house trying to hit me and I was telling her to get out a couple years ago and he was selling that bitch lying shirt. So it's always someone trying to get a quick bag.
You remember that one weird white woman that tried to get at him? Was it a few years back?
When he made the shirt, right?
That tried to was it the shirt that tried to break into his house?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he had he made shirts that bitch is lying after he said it on the tweet. He sold showed as merch. That bitch is lying. So because usually when guys out here they want to say it's not true, but they gotta say it polite because they don't want to turn the public arrangement against like, nah, fuck that.
It hasn't happened to him yet. So once it starts happening to him or more of them, you're gonna have to think about it, have to take account. More politicians need to get hurt, more CEOs, business class executives need to start getting hit. So until then.
It's a dirty, dirty game.
Yeah, that's why motherfuckers gotta start. Now I gotta play defense before you even get into the game.
And it's gonna get
contract. It's a contract. It says we fucking. That's what it says. And this is consensual. And
but so much people abuse it, man. You have people that are, some of these guys say, I'm a duck and I'm just gonna stay wifed up and have no issue with the wife, and none of these groups gonna get to. And then come divorce time, or they go through divorce, you hear the wife say, oh yeah, and he used to abuse me. They go throw some wild shit. They're like, hold on, we had no issue all these years. Come divorce time, now you don't play that card. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be wild. It looks crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? It looks crazy. These people ain't got no time. It's like a card. They're like, hey, I got to break out the old handy dandy. Shit's getting wild. Let me break up with the old handy dandy rape and assault card. The old believe all women card and shit. It's wild, bro. It's a wild thing. Like, hold on, this sounds pretty fishy.
At one point, what's that thing? The boy that cried wolf. About to mess it up for the rest of the chicks, man. At one particular, it's gonna happen soon. It's gonna happen soon.
It would happen soon, but I don't know. I think too much guys are out here be like, "Hey, it ain't happened to me, man."
It's gonna happen. Once they reach that point,
there's not enough of a collective of guys to get mad enough to make it happen. Motherfucking guys are out here passing reproductive rights rules to stop abortions and other dumb shit. They are like, how y'all niggas got time to do dumb shit like that when this is an actual issue? Y'all over here trying to restrict women from the right to control their body. I got other dumb shit y'all passing in time. But shit that actually could railroad everything you work for of a speech, you ain't got time to tackle that.
Yeah, they haven't got hit. Enough politicians haven't got hit yet. Enough CEOs haven't got hit yet. So once you start getting hit, there's gonna be some changes.
I mean, it'd be simple. We're not saying not take the case as serious, don't take them through, but we're saying if it comes out the person's lying, there needs to be consequence.
Most
This
definitely.
whole person just goes off into the mist and I'm quiet. That shit don't make no damn sense.
What? Yo, do y'all know about the story with the one lady who had she said somebody had raped her, picked them out of the lineup because the cop, the detective kind of pressured her to pick that one black guy, and she wrote a book about this, profited about this. Years later, DNA says that the dude didn't do it. Dude gets out. The dude said, the only thing I want from her is to say, I'm sorry.
Fuck that.
He said, I'm sorry. And
that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, man.
Same thing happened to the Central Park 5. That lady wrote a book and all, send them dudes rape her, and them niggas never raped her. The guy that raped her actually came out. She was knocked out. She didn't know what the fuck happened. But of course, she went on her press tour, on her junket, made millions, is that and third.
Made money.
Railroaded for it.
Made money while dudes is in jail getting traumatized.
All their childhood, lost everything. You know what I'm saying? That shit is, even with that shit, it's kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? When they came back afterwards, they're like, hold on, how you put these niggas in jail? You said you seen them do it, or you remember their face. That shit is wild to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's not fair. That's not fair.
It's not.
It's not right.
Time is the most expensive commodity in the world. You don't get that thing back at all. Once it's gone forever.
Listen, what's the person who thought of jail when I was like, I'd be thinking, I'll do just about any fucking thing. The motherfucker that thought about jail is a fucking genius, dog. Because that's the one thing they take from you. Like, God damn, they got me. They got something they won't be. If we were able to live even longer than the time, because here's what they'll do. Imagine if we had new technology that makes us live to 200. What you'd see them do, instead of just keeping the same current, they're like, oh, we gotta ramp up the jail time now to make the correction. They want to just tell you, you do this crime, you get 10 years. Now that we live to 200, like that's nothing. We gotta give these guys 70 years now because they lived to 200. It's the time aspect. That time is so serious, bro. It's so serious. It's a diversion of people saying, I want my freedom. They're like, it ain't just your freedom, though. It's a bit of your life they're stealing from them. 10, 20, 15 years that they're taking. That shit is serious.
It's a wrap, man.
In hip hop, last one I got for hip hop is your boy Kanye. His divorce has officially been officialized. Kim got the boy up out of there. He's been on a spree arguing and ranting and raving online all week. This week he aimed his guns at D.L. Hughley because D.L. Hughley says what we're seeing is, he's like, make no mistake, what we're seeing is a guy stalk a woman. You know what I'm saying? And broad debut, bugging her, this, that, and she moves, he follows her, she does something, he's put it online. He'll and the only reason we're allowing it to happen because we call this guy a genius. He's a musician. He's anyone else would not allow to. He's like, no, this is out. I wouldn't allow no man to treat like that. And he's right. He's not saying nothing that isn't true. This guy, girl don't want you anymore. You over here beefing her new dude. You over here tweeting everything she's doing. You over here saying you're making everything public. This shit look wild.
Yeah, he's looking terrible, real bad.
You know what I'm saying? And some people are saying, "Oh, he's just supposed to see her kid." You know what I'm saying? She's over here trying to play him like whatever she's trying to do. You're not helping the situation out at all.
Yeah, I think there's a limit. You know what I'm saying, to how far you push. And at this point, going after, the boyfriend Pete Davidson, making that video, he's saying, showing that you wish, to the point, of death of him, it's not that serious, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah, so D.L. Hughley wrote
for a guy to be even worth that much too, and even his next girl now, look almost exactly just like Kim.
Yeah. he responded
looking like a real sucker, yeah.
Exactly. He responded
$10 billion sucker, yeah.
$10 billion sucker. He responded to Pete Davidson talking about, not Pete, he responded to DL talking about, oh, basically, we know you're out here. Basically talking about you out here trying to work for the cause against Black families, is that and a third. Don't get me involved, is that and a third. It's talking about, I can hurt you. I can afford to hurt you.
What?
And yeah, you know,
That's Kanye.
you know, being a comedian and roasted him, talking about, you know, I'd never be scared of a guy like you, and just because you want to act like a that's not gonna stop Pete from getting his. You know, just like, God damn, you know, like, you know, already know not to fuck comedians, so I'm gonna roast you.
Yeah, Dia Luros.
Yeah, roast out like, damn, fucking cook his ass. What is the message of him and even
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson? And Pete was like, bro, Pete was trying to de-escalate at one point, but I guess he got spicy with Kanye. So I was like, well, what the fuck are you at? You're like, I'm right here in bed with your wife. I took a selfie. And he's like, nah, but for real, you know, I tried being respectful to you. I tell people not to make jokes on the show. They're like, just take your meds, this, that, and that. I've been on that ride. It's not. Pete, I felt like after doing that, you know, he got a shot one off, but he's been doing them dirty. But he did seem like he wanted to really back in, bro. Just take your meds. No shame in that. I understand that. You got to get off this boat. And Kanye just wasn't having it. I think he thought he was trying to show people, oh, y'all don't get it. He's over here antagonizing. If that was his only thing, I'm in here with the bed your wife. After all the shit you done said about him, all that gym talk and all these fake album covers, harassing this man. What do you want from him?
Whatever. I mean, whatever beef you got with Buddy, you know what I'm saying? You handle that shit in the private, you know what I'm saying? Or even with your wife and your family.
You should have no beef with him. He's not the dude that's stopping your life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Regardless, whatever the case may be, anything that's going on with your family, that shit needs to be handled in private. The way he's going about it in the public space, it makes him look wild. It makes him look crazy. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing himself a service, bro. He's not doing himself. And then you got to do it. If you're really trying to get with your kids, and then you got to take it to court, the court's not going to side with you.
No, man.
The court don't even fuck with you anyways. You're a guy.
For real.
What you're looking at is the ramblings of a madman, and that's the one thing about America. As long as you got money, motherfuckers just assume that, well, he can't be all wrong. He's rich. Listen, this guy is completely wrong. He's fighting for his kids, going about it in a completely wrong way. You're looking at a guy that's about to lose everything he claims that he values, and he's going to blame the system at the end of the day, as if he's not the one filming and putting all his information out, doing fake album covers, doing all this dumb shit. Like, bro, this shit don't make no sense.
That money don't mean shit in that court.
Good. Nope. And of course, like I tell you, Black Twitter online, they some motherfuckers be on Kim's neck. Oh, you know, that's what he get for that. I don't feel bad for him. That's what he get for man. Like, girl, like, what did she do wrong in the situation? The motherfucker went crazy. He's acting a damn fool. Talking about black people with slavery. Slavery was a choice. All these wild remarks. The one group of people that he's always shitting on is his own people. All the damn time, and all she does in her spare time is free black people.
Free black folk.
Have black kids. That's what she does. What'd she do that's so fucked up?
Yeah, she just suck a little dick on the camera, but you know what I'm saying?
It's all with black men. She's a mother of black kids, and she frees black guys in her spare time. What is she doing?
You know what I'm saying?
So evil.
Major hit it first, you know. Well, he claimed he did, but he didn't.
But see, but if we want to get into it, we told that nigga, don't fuck with that bitch. Don't fuck with her. What you do, you went and married the bitch and gave that bitch kids after she done did all that shit with Ray J on camera.
But she didn't do nothing. Like, she ain't did nothing. Yeah, she ain't do nothing but hold Kanye down. You know what I'm saying? These industry niggas.
Yeah, she helped them a lot too. I can't really fault her.
These industry niggas.
Even in his business, like she raised what was it, like $53 million for him when he was going through the what was it, through the when he was down, when he was down 50-something million. She raised that money for him.
Really?
So, I mean, I don't know, you know, like all the other details, but from what I've seen, you know, I mean, he chose that. I mean, you know, you chose a girl that, you know, and he even rapped about it. My girl, a superstar, all for my home movie. So he chose it.
Enjoy, my nigga.
Enjoy it. Yeah. But, you know, when niggas get money, the rules don't apply to them, you know. So that's how they feel, like the rules don't apply to them. So he feel like
yeah, I think right now he's in his own he's in his own space right now. I don't think he really care about, you know, like life perspective and none of that stuff. society. He don't care about none of that stuff right now.
If it's the meds he needs to take, I know some people don't be liking to take that stuff, but that man needs some type of help. Like I can't laugh at him because he's probably going through some real shit. But the way he's going about it, the people around him, I don't know. Them niggas,
that's what happened when you got yes men around you, bro. Yeah. That's what happened when you got nothing but yes men's around you.
I don't know if he has nothing but yes men or he's a billionaire that you're like, we're gonna.
No, it gotta be. It gotta be. It's nothing but yes men because like anybody who's not a yes man will tell you straight up, yo, you need to stop. It doesn't matter because I'm not really looking to gain anything from your money. I'm just really telling you, okay, like you're not looking good out here. You know, you got to keep you on track.
And he hired the dude from Hollywood Unlocked to be his media manager, whatever.
He needs somebody that, you know, like that he's not paying. Like a real, you know, true friend or family member or whatever.
That might have been his mom for real. That might have been his mom. That man don't seem like he listening to nobody.
Yeah, his mom used to hold him down, at least from the tapes. The shit is it's a wild ride. What else do we have? I think that's it for hip hop. You want to switch to another one? We'll try to speed it up on, but we run a little behind.
Good.
What do you want to spit? So what do you want to slide on to? Sports or politics?
Yeah, we could do sports.
What you got in sports?
Sports, you got Kyrie Irving hires his stepmother as an NBA agent, and she will be the only and first Black woman to be an NBA agent. And we could have ended that since we're in.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's dope.
So Kyrie's still doing some good things out here. But.
Yeah, of course. You know Kyrie gonna do it. Like, every time Kyrie does something, though, it's in my NBA nature of hating Kyrie to wonder, you nigga just doing it because even though he could be doing it for perfectly good reasons, but because he's always painted as a villain in my book. This nigga ain't got no true intent. This nigga don't know the fucking. Yeah, you gotta have the first Black woman manager, the thing, which is dope.
Yeah, that's what's up. Well, hopefully, she does her thing. You know what I mean?
About I see you have UFC fighter arrested for shootout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what is it? Anthony Rocco Martin. Yeah, faces charges in Las Vegas when he what was it Wednesday? He actually punched a security guard at the Caesar Palace.
His own security guard?
Let's see.
Niggas is wild.
Oh, not his own. I didn't really get the story on that one.
This is not the one that was dealing with the people that mess with his family.
What was that? Cain Velasquez or some shit, right? The one that, I did see that one as well. The one that someone was messing with his family and whooping their ass or was about to whoop something like that.
Shooting at them flippers.
Yeah. That was a former heavyweight as well.
Shit, he put the skills on him.
Now he put the shots on the motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was shooting out, and police was like, "Man, I understand what you did, but bro, you can't be shooting your gun like that, man. We got to take you in, my boy."
And this one, I think did we talk about this? I think we did, yeah. The WNBA players that were forced to fly commercial, but they decided to fly private instead. It was the New York Liberty. They wanted to fly, like the NBA players do, flying in the private, but they got fined by the league. They got fined $500,000 by the league for disobeying, the orders.
Because they have. I mean, I'm WNBA be acting like they don't understand math, bro. That shit blows my mind.
Well, that really says a lot, I just
every time
I don't want to go there, but it just really.
Every time they turn it into a right and wrong thing, when it's a financial thing, it's a simple financial thing. Your sport doesn't make us any money. We're carrying you off the strength of this other sport now. The fact that the NBA now owns the WNBA is the only reason we've still been hearing about it. And we know they don't have enough viewership, enough West Ham in America to even keep them alive. They're getting the back ends of what the NBA is giving out. But that's the only reason this sport does not resonate in this country that you play for. So you have to get a little bit less pay, less that, and there. That's how it goes if you want to play that sport.
And they're not profitable too, so
it's not. That's what I'm telling you. Motherfuckers is taking a loss, and every step of the way, y'all kicking and screaming about unfairness and what's saying. Like people are coming up over on you because it's not because of skill. It's because the audience isn't there. You can do things great all the time, but if there's no audience for it, there's no value behind it. No one's saying you can't play the sports. No one can say you can't bust niggas' ass all damn day long. But there's no audience that want to see you bust niggas' ass or see you play your sport. So there's no value there. It's just that simple.
But it's crazy, like, what was it? I think like the game company, EA, they used to make like a separate game for them.
Yeah.
Now they got to add it to the 2K.
They added to the thing. The old games weren't selling nothing. I'm like, we're gonna put it in this game, give it as a bonus, give it a thing, and it's wild, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I bought the past 2-3 seasons. And I ain't never played with the WNBA on the game. Still, I keep forgetting it's on the game. I've never
really.
I don't know the players.
I've played it. It's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, you could dunk.
I haven't done that yet.
I don't think you're gonna be able.
I haven't done that
yet. Those are alley-oops, alley layups. I don't know. Try to
a little.
Yeah.
Quick pass. Shut up. It's cute. But I don't like it today.
I mean, shoot, I don't know, man. The only time you could probably watch women's basketball is during the college March Madness and all that stuff. That's when basketball is very exciting. I don't know if they need to take a page out of the college. Was it NCAA? But NCAA is different, right? Because March Madness, it's one and done. That's what makes the game so exciting. You win the game. I mean, you lose the game, you're out of the tournament. You know what I'm saying?
You want them to have high stakes like that? There's no more best of four.
I don't know what else to. I don't know what to do. It's just like I don't feel the appeal. I feel like I watched some of the finals only because of what's her name came back.
Candace
Parker, and then she won it for the Chicago Sky.
Well, that's the thing. Men definitely are watching it, mainly for just like the skills and the moves. But it also shows like women are really not in the sport like that either. So majority of women are not in the sport.
They're not into that sport.
If that was the case, they would have supported.
They're not into exactly because women support stuff they like. They're not into that sport.
What sport do women support over majority like overwhelming?
These women watch tennis.
Overwhelmingly,
do they really watch tennis?
I mean, these tennis shoots be getting means and coverage. I don't know if it's only men that's watching, but they have a big women-based following, and they play it as well. Remember, it's also a sport that a lot of people play in country clubs, and so it is a sport that resonates. Even in golfing.
I feel like they be going to the tennis thing just like they be going to fashion shows, bro. They don't go for the tennis; they go to the fashion.
But it's still part of the mix. So all we know is WNBA is not part of the mix. Basketball, female basketball is not part of the mix. NBA culture is part of the mix. There's plenty of girls that go say, I got season tickets, you know what I'm saying, to this and that. But WNBA makes it like, we ain't fucking with that.
And once again, so even them females will go to the NBA game just to be seen, not even to watch the NBA game. So if you're going to be seen at the WNBA game, I'm not going to the WNBA because nobody going to see me.
I think there's girls that love sports too, though.
Yes, there is.
You know what I'm saying? Especially girls that went to college, they can have like teams that they root for, especially if you know how some people go to college, they might go to FAMU, they go to FSU. They start having that college culture. Oh, this is my team. I watch every game. They go to pub crawls. You know what I'm saying? They kind of psyched into like that. But once they go pro, they're like, I had a connection to this team's on the college there. But that pro shit, they ain't really rocking with that.
Nobody give a fuck about it. I'm sorry. Nobody give a fuck.
And the homegirl that's locked up in Russia because of this right now, you know what I'm saying? What's her name?
Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner, yeah. She's over here in Russia. People are complaining about if the NBA paid their players enough, should have no reason to be in Russia. Mind you, she makes $400,000 in the NBA. I think she makes like $800,000 over there. I was like, what are you talking about? If the NBA paid? If the NBA paid enough, other girls would have to take a pay cut so they can pay her what she's really worth. You know what I'm saying? They'd have to do one of those things. She's going over there because over there there's an audience for. There's more of an appreciation for. Even if there's no audience, oligarchs and motherfuckers with money in Russia, you know, they can't afford a full team. But like, nigga, I like to show my money. So nigga, I got my WNBA team. I got my soccer. Motherfuckers with money over there, they like to say they own a little team. So oligarchs do little things like sponsor, have like a football team or a soccer team or a small aspect. So the Russian oligarchs, that's the thing they do with their money. They have little teams. And they probably ain't got enough to buy a whole basketball team. But I got me a whole WNBA or I got me a whole this little thing that we got over here. And they play for good games, gamble on, and that's how they run it. They got a little stable of players. So
and she's the one player that can dunk.
Yeah, exactly. So they paying her top dollar to go play over there. It's crazy saying that the NBA should play more and shoot. I don't know I don't know what math that's gonna work like that. It might not even be necessary for her.
Like I said, that speaks to a broad spectrum, you know.
What?
The math part.
Yeah.
Not to throw like, you know, shots out there, none of that stuff.
No, it ain't. It is what it is, though.
It really shows you the thought process and, you know, the point of view and all that. And
the best female sports team in America is the ladies soccer team.
Yeah, they were complaining they didn't get paid. They even won a lawsuit not too long ago.
They did.
Some kind of Olympic bread, but that's different. Olympic gets paid by a bunch of countries. So math ain't got to do with it. This shit's not making money anyways. It's just all a pot that we always say, go ahead and cut them their bread. But as long as it's the consumer,
even the women's soccer team ain't making money either.
No, they're not making. They have a better record than the men's one, and they're not making as much as the men's.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
women's soccer team get busy here, bro. The men's over here losing the first 2 rounds of the Olympics. The women out here winning, killing motherfuckers.
See, listen, see, and America keeps saying they don't want immigrants. You should put some more Spanish people and black folks on your team so you can actually win some games. Them white boys ain't doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe Josie Altidore's on that team too, right? I don't know.
It's just one of those things, you know. Once let American soccer team win the championship one time, watch the whole country flip it. It's one of those things that we know we can't win. We're like, we don't fuck with it anyways. We ain't really care about it. I can't win. That's why I don't fuck with it.
I rock for it. Yep.
Yeah. Which you say, how's the sport that the most popular sport in the world? That's the sport you don't care about. Come on, if you're really dominant, that's the sport you should be. Why are you picking the little niche sport that you play only in your backyard? This is the most global sport in the game. Soccer
just an equality into
it. Yeah, soccer should be the biggest game in the world. Should be the biggest thing in America.
Probably because the field is leveled.
The field, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. That's like the easiest sport you could kind of pick up out here because all you need is a ball, really.
The field's so leveled because look what they do at baseball. They come and get players from Dominican Republic all around the world and make them play in the American franchise. Soccer is globally, bro. You know what I'm saying? Can you play here? Can you play this game? So that's what's wild.
Yeah, baseball is a privileged sport. It's
expensive, you think?
Yeah, I could do without that one. I could do it without.
Baseball's fun to play, though. Boring to watch, but fun as hell to play.
I used to watch when I didn't have cable. When that TV was on, you had shit else to watch. You watch that 9 innings game. You watch that baseball for 3 hours. You got shit else to watch.
We have your boy Deshaun Watson won't be faced criminal charges. What's that about?
Oh, I think it was what was it? He went to a massage parlor and wanted to get topped off. And,
Well, wow.
and kind of the same thing that happened to Chris Brown. The woman accused him of what do you call that? Forcing himself on him, on her, and acting like disappropriate. And now you have like a whole bunch of other women coming behind her. I think it was like maybe like 20 or 30. Yeah, trying to get on the bandwagon and saying the same thing that he also
Oh, there was a whole thing about how they said like each time he get people to do massage and my dog out here trying to get out. So he turned out being fake.
Grand jury they decided not to press charges.
That shit's wild. I guess not.
Well, because he wasn't found. Yeah, he was found not guilty. So
gotta fall back.
And that's just where it goes. When you win, it just
When you win, we ain't got nothing to hear. See here, folks. No story. When you go to jail, when you charge, extra, read all about it. What else we have in sports? I believe. Oh, Tom Brady, the GOAT, said he is back.
Not surprised.
Unretired. Well, the fact that he never actually solidified his retirement, he just probably let you know, oh yeah, I'm still retired. I'm not retired. Why are you saying not surprised? You think he got one more in him?
So when he first lost the first time, being a Patriots fan, I know Tom Brady forever. As a fan, there's no way he could lose the way he did and just go out of the game. You just won a Super Bowl last year. You know what I'm saying? You got this close this year. For you to just retire just like this, it don't make no sense.
You got to leave it
and
all
then,
on the field on.
Yeah, so now you got a whole story behind everybody's trying to figure out what is he going to do next? What is he going to do next? And you keep hearing reports from people, sources close to Tom Brady says he's going to retire and this and that. There was just so much going on. So, he's going to play the little game like, yeah, I think I'm about to call it quits. But to me, it just didn't make no sense, you know what I'm saying? So he was just playing getting a little attention. Like, no, I'm back. I'm back.
Go back up. Yeah.
Quick break.
Yeah, a little ego trip he just did, just to let y'all niggas know I'm still here. I was just fucking with y'all.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Lastly, what I have in sports is WWF and WW or WCW legend wrestler Razor Ramon passed away yesterday at 63 years old. I think he had complications with hip surgery, something like that.
Damn.
Surgery, and he ended up going to
He had like cancer, was it?
I'm not sure it's the reason, but he lived like a very wild life after leaving wrestling. Now he was always on drug overdoses and drunks and drugs, so he lived a very in and out of rehab type life, really dysfunctional and fucked up. But I think he was getting surgery and it didn't go as well, or his plan didn't go as well, and we got a lot of support and they ended up pulling the plug at 63 years old.
That sucks.
But if you know WWE or WWF, the wrestlers, they don't make it. 60 is like this early 60s is pretty common. They're usually out there like 50. They don't live too long.
Yeah, that's true.
And a lot of them have tragic endings. A lot of times it's heart attack, but if not, it's drug overdose or crash. And WWE gets these wrestling organizations got some crazy. You know what I'm saying? The way you go out, though, especially
a lot of time they commit suicide and kill their family too.
Yeah, that happened as well. With the legend.
You had
legend
and Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero didn't commit suicide. Did he? Overdose. Is his partner? Is his partner? Yeah.
No, Benoit did. Chris Benoit did.
Benoit killed his family and then killed himself. That guy was a fucking legend, bro.
Yeah.
And they didn't put him in the WWE Hall of Fame. They took on his footages. They stripped everything from him, like almost tore him from history. Just the way he went out. But there's no.
What's the point?
Yeah, there's no point, but I guess they're like, we don't want to show that we're kind of glorifying him. Some people like it's not. They're like, the guy was sick or did whatever it is. That's true, but that don't take away from all the work he did here. But
yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, what they probably should be doing is, because I think it was a case of like some type of CTE, wasn't it?
that's what they're saying, or something like. You know, WWE don't want that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to prove
Yeah.
that it's CTE. They want to just kind of brush it under the thing and kind of go on. His family is suing and all that stuff. This shit was tragic, man. Man killed these little kids, bro. 2 little kids, bro. Shit was fucking. He was a maniac. So one hell of a way to go out. But you know, yeah, Razor Ramon had a kind of a tragic story afterwards. He was a legend before that. It's kind of sad to see him go. Like he never cleaned up. So it's Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, right? Those are the two. Them boys are partners. So that's Diesel and Razor Ramon. And Diesel, if you see him to this day, still clean, full bearded up, does his appearances randomly every nowadays. You know, the boys have like their own version of like Comic Con. They're like wrestling cons.
Mm-hmm.
Old legends go out and sit at a booth and collect signatures and get paid for memorabilia and shirts all day long. You know, these don't believe if you're a big name in the wrestling world, you could eat the rest of your days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And guys like Mark Henry, Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was in The Rock still eating, John Cena.
The most.
But there's people that like when they have like the Comic Cons, they go around the country doing that stuff. There's big wrestling heads, people want to see them. There's people that we ain't seen in years still eating off that shit. They get the little boost, people go to the signatures, they glad to see these heroes. So you know what I'm saying? Wrestling is one of the craziest things ever, though. That's gotta be one of the best long haul games. I was watching wrestling back when I felt like when Vince McMahon's dad was still alive.
Vince McMahon's dad?
Yeah. I remember I was a little kid seeing old footage of his dad.
Wow.
But I remember seeing someone there before Vince. And I remember when Vince got the reins.
Damn.
And then I remember I got all swole and he got jacked to how he is now. He's still been swole since.
Yeah.
And to see this guy turn this entertainment thing into $1 billion thing that's a publicly traded company is fucking nuts, to the point where it's not only publicly traded, he was able to convince fucking ESPN to have to cover it or have segments on it, and during the sports broadcasting section. We're covering real sports all day, 1 through 5, 1 through 10. But somewhere in between 1 to 10, we're gonna cover WWE. That shit is great. Like it's a fucking real sport, bro. That shit is crazy. I like that alone to me is the greatest card trick there is. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if it's Skip Bayless or Shay's Lounge, whatever it is. At some point or other, they're gonna have to cover. If there's a main event that night before, they're gonna have to cover on their show on the Sports Center.
Hey, earliest I can remember is Macho Man. Yeah,
that's the earliest one you can remember.
That I can remember.
Oh,
watching wrestling. Yeah.
Oh man, there's Macho Man. There's too goddamn much. Shane. My favorite 3 wrestlers all time would have to be Shawn Michaels. You know what I'm saying? The Heartbreak Kid, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's probably like everyone's go-to. It's so popular, but them niggas was just so fucking. So Shawn Michaels was always a ladies' man, so that to me was like this nigga was fucking fly. But The Rock and Stone Cold, them characters were just so fucking dope, bro. It's so insane. You know what I'm saying? This is the Stone Cold alone. This guy's a redneck, bro. Out here whooping ass, drinking beers, beating his boss's ass. His storyline is some of the best in the world, though.
Middle fingers.
He's flipping disguises. They pop up on Vince McMahon, whoop Vince's ass, get arrested. This guy was cute. And The Rock, this motherfucker was like watching the Migos early. This was Gucci down. This motherfucker had drip, bro. And was whooping ass. The Rock was a beast. Became a legend, bro. Then he got the people's eyebrow.
People's elbow. All that.
And what's crazy, there's a few big name black ones. They're not as big as the white ones, but there's still a couple big name black ones that became superstars.
Booker!
Booker T. I remember Booker T was part of the Harlem Heat. Yeah. I remember Booker T was part of the Harlem Heat. I didn't see him. I would have never thought he would have came out to become a superstar by himself that big. He was holding like the WCW at one point, like by himself. Like this man became a huge. I don't even know what ever happened to the dude that was his brother. Dude just kind of fell off.
Do you remember one of the segments when he was talking and he said "nigga" by accident?
Nigga by accident. Yeah, look at that shit's fucking hilarious. There's one where Macho Man said it. Yeah, these motherfuckers be wild. Like, you gonna get this nigga? Hilarious. I remember when it was all a group. I remember they tried to make fun of WWF is slightly racist. It's it's very, if you're PC, some of the shit they did back in the days probably would not fly for this. Like they had their own version of Nation of Islam instead of NOI. They had Nation of Domination. They had Farouk in there. These are all the people that's how you knew they were black. And people talking about The Rock's black now, like, nah, they have been black. One on top of that, his dad was black. He's been in the league, but he came out with the Nation of Domination. It was The Rock, Farouk, Booker T. It was all black group. D'Lo Brown. It was all black guys, and there was like the Nation of Domination as it was kind of like a knockoff of the Nation of Islam.
It was a storyline. I mean, like I said, I didn't know Razor Ramon. I didn't know the dude was actually like a white dude like that.
Yep.
I thought he was Spanish, bro.
Thought he was Italian or something, right? Something like that.
I think he was Italian, yeah. Had the real silky dark hair.
Nah.
Yeah, it's just a character.
Yeah, that nigga said he made it off the character of Tony Montana.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Had the little thing.
Yeah. I thought there was that one dude that looked like him in there.
Yeah. What was his line? Something bad guy?
He ain't never said bad guy like me again. But those are just, he stole different words from Tony Montana. But the character he was looking like the most was Tony's homeboy, Manolo. Yeah. He looks like Manolo, but he uses Tony's lines. Like, you never see a bad guy like me again.
So, when he was pitching that character to Vince, because I was reading up on it yesterday, I was surprised that he had died. I was just reading. He was pitching all these words to Vince, and Vince didn't know what Scarface was. So he was thinking like the dude was coming up with all this shit by himself.
like, I got a perfect one right here. This guy.
Yeah. And Vince was loving it. He's like, we got to get you on here.
Yeah. And this guy was a fucking huge dude, though. Razor Ramon, that shit was crazy. Yeah, I remember. And it's crazy, like I said, wrestling was just so raw. I used to want to see it. My parents promised me all the time they'll take me to see it. I never got to see a live event. I would still like to go see a live event nowadays. It's kind of hard for me to still go. It's crazy that some of the wrestlers that I watched growing up are still even wrestling. Like Shawn McMahon. Shawn Michael, he got
Shawn's still there?
Still fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because you know what happens? A lot of these wrestlers don't make that much money. You're saying top tier might make $1 million a year.
Yeah.
And then you're working almost maybe 9 months out of the year. You're constantly working this out there. And that lifestyle catches up, man. You're always on the road. Some of these boys got to come back, dog, replenish that bank account.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, like I said, they've made this thing seem like it's such a real industry that when their contract's up or they're not renewed, ESPN reports on it. Oh, what's the name's not leaving WWE? This shit is fucking crazy, bro. It's nuts. This is not real. But like I said, they hate to hear you say it's not real. But they said it's predetermined. This is not real. Because the falling and the sky hyping, the injuries are that much is true. So they did brand it. That these motherfuckers really are falling. They may not be a wooden table through and through, but they still be. These are 200-300 pound men flying sky high. And they are injuring their back and getting CTE, getting all the repercussions of 200-300 pound men banging into each other like the football players. They're getting all this shit as real sports, though. You know what I'm saying? It's all the out thing. Like I said, they have to take steroids. I don't know if it's
even though the blood, the bleeding, all that real.
Oh, all that real. The bleeding, they slip fucking razors.
Oh my!
You have to cut your own self.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, all that shit's real. You cut yourself. So like when the cameras are like looking like, let's say when you knock down and you cut yourself, so when the person hits you, you look like they leaked out. So you gotta have heart, bro.
That's what I was about to say. How do you cut yourself?
Oh, these boys is beasts, bro. These guys got heart, bro. How about when these motherfuckers got the tacks on the floor, like the Mankind? I was
about to say that.
Those are real tacks. Even if the tacks are even hard tacks, that's really getting slammed on shit. Like motherfuckers is
That nigga's crazy.
Yeah, these boys earned that check, bro.
The hit with the chair,
But yes, the chair is not as hard as a regular aluminum chair. It's lighter, but still, it's still impact. Just alone the crashing of two guys that big from off the rope when they're hitting each other, all that shit is concussion proof. I'm saying you ain't got no helmet on, so they do get they suffer all the shit of real things. Some of these guys, the only reason you don't hear about them anymore is because they can no longer go. They have bad knees, bad backs, bad injuries.
Jumping off ladders and stuff,
Jumping off ladders. And sometimes people really get hurt, really die. The reason the Undertaker don't even do his old move anymore, the Tombstone Power Driver, he did it wrong once and broke a guy's neck. That guy's still paralyzed right now. Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so they retired that move and made him switch to the what do you call it? The
last ride.
Yeah, the last ride. Yep. He changed it to that move because the Tombstone. Yeah, because motherfuckers could break their neck. I think Stone Cold almost broke his neck once off of, because you're supposed to tuck yourself in the right way that his knees hit the floor first before your head, but it looks good on camera. But you don't juke in the right spot, you dig out, boom, you really might fuck your shit up. And you know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I'm saying? You shatter your spine, cracks into your shit. It kill you. Stone Cold had bad neck injuries from that. He had back neck surgery from it, from off one of the other. So they had to retire that move.
Damn.
But it's crazy though that to even see Vince. I can't say Vince McMahon's not a team player because for however old he is, this guy's been taking steroids for forever long. I remember as soon as he got jacked up, he never went back. He looks like the brand now. Back in the days, he didn't look like the brand. Just as soon as him. And another thing that's dope, which is crazy, what you don't see, Trump is almost what the Trumps, not Trump, McMahon is what the Trumps would be if they could. Because he's got a publicly traded company. So I mean, this is legit. There's stock for the same, but he got all his families on it. On the board, it's him, his wife. His Triple H married his daughter. She's now he's a legit president of the company. You can look up his salary. I think he makes like 1.5 million, 2 million a year. Vince McMahon makes like 3 million a year. They still got stock options on top of that, but you can tell their salaries. All his kids and his family members are all within the company. All incorporated. Yeah, Triple A married in. That nigga ain't looked back. Triple A ain't looked back. So, you know, I'm making 1.5 a year. I just wear a suit. Every now and then I go see a couple lines. I like, man, Triple A, I even him when he first came, I wouldn't have seen that outcome from the play it out like that for him to become a superstar. So like if he likes you, you know, I remember when Triple H went from being Hunter Hearst Helmsley, a British guy, to when they rewrote him back as the Game, like Triple H the Game, made him like a superstar. Yeah. That was in WWE. He was already big in WCW when he was with no, was that which one did they do DX with? Was that WWF or WCW?
WCW. Yeah, WCW. With Sting in them, with Sting, Big Papa Pumps.
No, see, that's how fucking raw Triple H was. Sting and them had NWO.
Yes. Sting was NWO, yes.
NWO and WWF had DX.
Yes.
It's two different things. But I think some people...
No, he started that with, I think, WWF, D-Generation X.
Yeah, that's something. DX was Triple H was part of DX.
Yeah.
It was him and Shawn Michaels. And then they brought everyone else along. But I remember when NWO got fucked.
We had who else? He had that dude, X-Pac.
Yeah, X-Pac, yep.
Well, y'all remember what he was before X-Pac? That's when I was watching wrestling for real.
1, 2, 3 Kid.
1, 2, 3 Kid.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling
you.
X-Pac, bro.
1, 2, 3 Kid.
What's crazy, he came in the game with
everybody was with that move.
Yeah, you get a show for that.
Yes. Oh yeah.
He came in the game with either he came with China or Triple H came with China. I can't remember. That was his girlfriend.
Triple H came with China.
Yeah, and they broke up, and she started dating. That was his actual wife, 1, 2, 3 Kid, and they broke up, and she even died of an overdose, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Porno and all that stuff, and then after that, she ended up dying of an overdose. Wrestlers have a very bad run, though. A lot of them don't make it out clean and don't make it out the game clean. It's a very twisted game. That's why the ones that become superstar, super lit, they're like, all right, man, I'm taking my bag and getting the fuck up out of here. Like the Stone Colds and The Rock. Those for good reason. The John Cena's.
Yeah.
I missed almost
they see it coming. Yeah,
I missed almost the whole John Cena era. Like that's when I stopped watching it. When these little kids are like, "You can't see me," I'm like, "Man, this is so lame." But to them, he's as big as The Rock was to us. I missed the whole John Cena era. Motherfuckers love John Cena. And when I checked back in, John Cena's era was done. That's when Brock Lesnar became big.
Brock Lesnar.
And then there's another guy, the Legend Killer, Ronan, or I forgot what it is. There's another character that he went around beating all the legends we watch. He beat all of them. So he was like the Legend Slayer. So he beat like he's beating like The Rock. He's beat Stone Cold. There's another, I forgot his name. Is it Ronan?
You're talking about Batista.
Batista. Yeah. Is it Batista? Is he, yeah, he might be the Legend Slayer, right? That's how they become popular. Like, so that was his claim to fame. That he ran through all the folks that we call legends. They had him beating all of them. Yeah, so wrestling is I even saying it, like I said, that's Vince McMahon's a different beast, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not to mention he bought out all his competitors when they shut down and got all of them. So now they're all under one umbrella.
And he also was supposed to have what was it, that new football league he wanted to start.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, that's every time we try doing that shit, I'll get off the ground.
Except for that was like a real life NFL blitz.
Yeah.
Niggas fight, niggas drop kick motherfuckers. You close down a motherfucker.
Shout out to him doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do.
Exactly.
Man, I think that could have it could have worked, but I think it was like too early for its time.
Yeah.
I mean, NFL's not trying to compete with nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if UFC works now, then XFL could have worked. Yeah,
they were too early.
It was too early.
I remember when UFC had started back in the days. People were talking about this ain't that fake wrestling shit. This is real fighting. That was a competition. Now UFC is a big sport.
Mm.
I'm surprised. I didn't see it getting that big. Like when it first started, I couldn't watch it because I'm like, damn, people really getting hit, they bleeding.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna last. Yeah.
They had to add more rules. They had to clean it up. That shit back in the days was almost bare knuckle. That shit was
getting. You said clean it up? So you talking about it was worse?
Oh, easily.
Yeah. Wow.
Then they used to have weight limits, bro. This shit was crazy. Yeah, MMA used to be crazy, bro.
Now we see there's a reason why we have weight limits.
Yeah, you have weight limits for a reason. Those fuckers just get in there and then spark each other out and then whoop each other out. It was crazy. I remember Ken Shamrock beat a man to death, dog.
Yeah, because I remember when YouTube was first starting, we was watching doggone, what's his name? The one in Miami. Kimbo Slice hit a dude in the eye, his eye. I'm like, oh,
shut. Yeah, shut. Yeah. But even then, Kimbo was just a street fighter. When he came to MMA, they handled his ass. So that's how you know MMA is the real deal. That's yeah, and I remember Kimbo. Rest in peace.
Who was it? Who else was it? The biggest upset was Brock Lesnar.
Well, Brock Lesnar was only a big upset because he went from wrestling to that sport. He was actually good. He wasn't a big upset. That nigga was on his
first.
First. So somebody had him leaking.
Yeah, they had him leaking, but that's after the man was on a spree. He was like on a.
I'm talking about waterfall leaking, like.
And after that, but it's real. This is real deal. You deal with motherfuckers that do this every day. They don't get to go and get $1 million from WWF in the off season. So
they really bought it.
Yeah, they're like nigga.
They're not acting.
We're gonna show you something for real.
So I remember him. Brock Lesnar is also what I'm saying. So it's one of those things that if you could come from WWF and vice versa, if you come from MMA and go to WWF, you get a big bag. If you come from WWF and you go to MMA, they're gonna play you because they don't want to pay you a big bag, but they'll play because you bring the audience. But can you actually survive? CM Punk, I think, went and lost, but Brock Lesnar went over there and did a great job. He was whooping ass until he had like some kind of intestinal issue. They had to take out like a foot of his intestines, whatever it is. When he came back after that, he was never the same. Wow. So he went back to MMA. Ronda Rousey was huge in MMA, best woman fighter at one point. So she got knocked out 2 times and she retired, and now she's in WWE. I'm saying the champion female over there. So you can always, if you get big enough in MMA and you want to retire, the first thing you do is you call up Vince McMahon and he's gonna sign you over there. Like, come get this fake checks over here. I'm gonna come get this real money for without as much of the ass whooping. And I remember when WWF came out with the rule where they were supposed to partner with the NFL, where you let them know people that don't make it to the combine or folks they are cutting that made it to like second drop, third drop, and then we'll siphon them into our entertainment thing. So they don't have to look around for stars anymore because these people already have the size and the build they want. So they come saying, so they have some kind of recruitment process with the NFL apparently supposed to be going on, but it's crazy. You got anything else? I think that does it for sports, bro. Y'all want to dip in one last thing?
Yeah.
Which is
pop culture,
politics, I believe. Or pop culture? Which one do we have? Pop culture?
We got your boy, man.
Oh yeah, we forgot.
Can we talk?
Yeah, let's get into your boy Tevin Campbell, man. Tevin Campbell tweets and then deletes a tweet that say he might be coming out of the closet because it's like a tweet said, it said
that ain't no mistake, bro.
It said a couple people that are gay: Luther Vandross, Tevin Campbell.
Oh, he was bringing out people too.
Yeah, he's like all these people are gay, and he was like, and then he said, well, Tevin is, and he posted it and he deleted it. And if you're like, oh, did he come out the closet this, that, and the third? And kind of a weak moment, you know what I'm saying? But my dog had a banger. Just, you know what I'm saying, I gave him props and banger.
We got a couple.
Maybe he thought, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying, he thought he was gonna, step out real quick. On second thought, I'm still when I get these walkthrough money, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I jeopardize that. And these women out here throwing their jaws and paying me good bread.
Listen, if there was a good time to be gay, I guess today would be the time to be gay. At this point, really.
If you're a washed artist and you still get all your old bags through R&B tours and vintage stuff, and women are throwing good money at you, then you don't want to miss that. Being gay now, you're not getting new audience. And if you're doing new stuff, you get a new audience. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna start hitting the gay circuit?
Bro, the females he was singing to at that time is already married, and the ones that's left, nobody wants them them girls.
But they for women, but they still go to shows. They still go to retro shows, and he's getting that bag. He's not about to jeopardize that bag about to come out of the closet.
He's just a fan, gay.
Just gonna sing them a fantasy like they want. Even if you were straight, you don't want them girls either, because that's why nobody else want them.
No, but they paying for the shows though. They paying for the ticket. They're still there.
Yeah, exactly. So much.
And they got jobs now too. So yeah.
Nowadays, he says this guy, I won't. Maybe he is. I won't doubt it. But I remember when what's name came out as gay. I was like, boy, no way. When Ricky Martin came out as gay, I like, boy,
oh, yeah, that was a surprise.
I like this nigga getting too much hoes. Boy, no way. I like he must be trying to get the gay bag. I like this guy must be gay for paying. But now the man, you fast forward, the man got a whole husband and kids. Is that pride day all these years? But it's like I felt like he waited to the peak of his career. Like, all right, I've hit the crack here. Let me go ahead and switch serves. I'm saying and go get the gay bag now. So he didn't see no fall off. He's like, I got this peak and I'm going to get the gay bag. He's there. He's been rocking on that side. So I was like, this shit is crazy.
But I mean, let's be honest though. Like we didn't see this coming. Like when I seen it, I'm like, oh, okay. That's interesting.
Tevin or Ricky?
No, Tevin.
I don't remember because I can't remember any Tevin.
Like, I always thought he was kind of like what we call that. Well, pretty boy metrosexual. That's what I see him as.
He wasn't those doggone metrosexual back in the day, man. Like you could.
But it's those boys who like kind of like Michael Jackson, Prince type.
Yeah, they're like.
I kind of thought they was gay too.
They're like fluid.
I thought they were gay too. To be honest with you,
wavy.
Especially Prince. I always thought Prince was just my CC. I didn't think that was a thing to me. It was either you this or you that. That's
some of these guys they're fluid. They get, you know what I'm saying? They got the women loving. They have like that pimp effect. You know what I'm saying? They got the women loving them. They got like the ladies are like, I remember the Dave Chappelle.
You still get guys respect too, yeah.
I remember the Dave Chappelle skit when he's just like Prince and he had the tassels on his shoulder. And it still get the ladies and still be on some weirdos. You know, these guys are creatives though. They want to be all halfway, you know, what they call it femme chic back in the days. That used to be the thing where you're halfway femme, halfway wasn't. That was the look at World Class Wrecking Crew. Look at the group that Dr. Dre first came out with. Look how they dressed.
Yeah. You know, the jury crew. Everybody was, you know.
Not just the jury crew
was on that shit.
You gotta check their outfit, bro. This shit was
crazy. You know, them gangsters was on that shit. Yeah.
You know, them boys had some funky. Some. If you look at World Class Wrecking Crew covers, arts on them was looking saucy. It was hilarious. What else do we have? Yeah, so Tevin Campbell came out. I didn't. It run for a little bit, and then your boy ran back in the closet and said, "You know, black might be getting a little too hot out here."
Once you let it out the tweet, once you get that tweet off, that tweet's forever.
Yeah, it's forever.
Ain't no deleting. Niggas got screenshots for you, man. Ain't nothing.
We have Tony Braxton's sister, Tracy Braxton. She died to her fight with cancer at the age 50 years old, which is sad. Rest in peace to her. I think the show was documenting her trials with that along these last couple of years.
Terrible.
That cancer, man, it's just a son of a bitch. What else we have? Your boy, Ryan Coogler, Black Panther director. That made a whole uproar, man. He went over to the bank, tried to do a withdrawal. They called police on your boy. So now to play devil's advocate, Ryan Coogler pulled up on there with a mask and some sunglasses on. And, you know, give them a note telling them he wants to pull out this money from his account. He doesn't want it to be counted in front of him because everybody, you know, he's just pulling out $12,000 and, you know, gave them his ID and put in his pen, you know, please and thank you. And each time the lady try to ask him something like, it's on a note, you know what I'm saying? We're like, check the back, the note covers that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it low pro. So the lady being an idiot to tell her, go tell her boss said, well, I don't know if you feel uneasy, you should call the police. Horrible fucking idea. Both of them should be fired.
The boss, the boss
definitely should be fired, let alone the girl, because she was on following orders. But
the girl, I can understand, you know, maybe like the training on her part. She may be, you know.
Of course, it's her. Even the dispatcher on the phone, is getting all the information. You check the ID, did he have it? Yeah, he gives the ID, but he's just acting different. She's like, maybe he just wants to be, discreet. Even the dispatcher on the phone tried to de-escalate. You're like, well, maybe he wants to be discreet, but either way, we got people around. We got some on the road that work for you. She's like, all right, things like, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing doesn't turn the whole thing around. This is where cops get a bad gripe. When motherfuckers call in for no reason, they have to come in that bitch and do their job. It's like, what you want me to do? Someone called me. I gotta come do my job. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come here by choice. I didn't see you in the parking lot. Hey, you look like you're robbing the place. They called me here, bro.
You gotta go through protocol.
I gotta go to protocol. I gotta see them things. Sorry. Now I know y'all ain't fucking with us and stuff there, but this is part of the process. People using the system against you. That's where cops got a bad grip with that. But Ryan Coogler is tripping though. Anyways, though, even if you have a mask on, you know we're Floridians. Maybe that's why we don't see like that. You slip.
I think so.
Give the ID. You take the mask off. I know you see. You put it back on.
But that's on the bank teller to do that. That's definitely not on him.
Listen, I think of worst case scenario as a black man. I don't take no risk of any wrong I'm doing. You ain't gotta ask me like, hey, what's that? You need to see it? I'm gonna ask you first. Make sure you take it. I'm not even gonna take that. But we're in Florida anyway, so 9 times out of 10 ain't gonna be no mask.
But seriously, the thing is that so he didn't want people to hear it. To hear that, you know, he was pulling out that amount of money.
That's the bigger story here. What people is trying to railroad the story here is that he got arrested. But the bigger story, why did Ryan Coogler needed $12,000 discreet?
It doesn't matter.
What doesn't matter? That's none of our
not matter. Sure, it doesn't matter. But I'm telling you, as from a journalistic standpoint, we need to know what's going on.
No,
from broke people.
Listen, I'm not saying it's right. But I'm saying no. Listen, I'm just saying there's something deeper going on here that we're not hearing about.
No.
Broke people, yeah.
Listen, He had a doctor at his residency that only takes cash. What doctor is going around only taking cash and you owe him 12 bands? What's going on back at the crib, right? I'm not saying the teller's acting. I'm now knowing this information. I'm like, Ryan got some shit going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the whole story. Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's from the story.
But
that's not up to the teller to think all that. But now that this is out, if I was a journalist, I'm about to build a case on Ryan.
It's different if it's like a Kanye, right? Because Kanye's living outside in the public. Ryan is not doing that. So I don't think that's none of our business. I don't think the journalists need to ask them type of question either way. He don't live outside, talk.
These Hollywood folks be doing some strange stuff. All I know, someone needed 12 bands and they needed it in cash.
That's fine.
That is true, but who operates in that way? Not him. Ryan don't operate like that because Ryan got it. Ryan could have wrote a check. Ryan could have wrote a check, but someone out there needs their money in cash and needs a lot of it.
Nigga could have been getting some weight. It don't matter. That's on him.
That's what I'm saying. All I'm telling you, Ryan's in some business with somebody that's operating pretty sketchy. Ryan wasn't operating sketchy, but the person who was getting the money for it definitely operates sketchy because they need 12 bands only in cash.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care.
Because even if you're pulling out anything more than 10, your account could get dinged. So they out here about to get Ryan's account dinged. And they want their shit in cash so they don't get dinged, which means they're either not going to pay taxes, they probably going to put it in incrementally, they trying to avoid Biden's little $600 thing, whatever it is, someone at the house doing something, and they got Ryan looking wild.
Yeah, you didn't get that memo about the $600.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm sure the homie knows what.
The homie knows, but the homie said, I ain't got no big account, I'm running shit smooth out here, it's all on Ryan's face, Ryan out here looking wild. I didn't know what the homie back can do.
No, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna say, yo, fuck that teller. Teller should be fired or whatever. The boss, whoever. You see when they was taking Kugler out, the one lady was like, "Good job, officer." Did y'all hear that?
What do y'all want? This is what I do.
No, you say what do I want? No, you say what I want. I'm dead ass. Like the lady said, "Good job, officer." Like she knew what like she cooning, bro.
Listen, motherfuckers don't know any better. And the media portrays cops in such an image of goodness that people just assume when they're doing something, they're doing some shit right. Cops can go right into your house and arrest your mom, change it nothing wrong, and people are gonna be like, "Good job, officer." You don't even know he's arresting your mom. Your mother do that.
I don't put the officers at fault because it was information that they were given. So if you're being given information, like you're gonna approach it just like any other information. Like usually people come around banks like they have a gun on.
Yeah, I agree. The cops did what they were supposed to do. The fact that the tellers didn't go through the protocol of, okay, is this person's account? Take off your mask so I can see your ID. You don't put your PIN. You did everything. You're going crazy because I slipped you a note saying, hey, I don't want this counted right here so everybody can see what's going on. Can you please count this in the back and, put it in the bag for me and please and thanks.
Oh, he should put it in the bag?
He didn't say put it in the bag. He said to count it somewhere else.
Great. He said put it in a bag, and he said he wanted unsequenced bills.
He didn't. That thing.
I'm just joking. But had he said that, that should have been perfect.
No, if it's
the fact that should have been perfect. I was like, the fact is, like the fact that it's money that's being withdrawn from his account.
Imagine if he said that. He's like, I wanted unspecified bills.
That sounds
I'm like, Ryan, you didn't rob a bank, but you came in there acting like you were about to rob your own bank.
It is a little weird, but the fact that it's coming out of his account, it shouldn't be there.
Well, it's not only that, it's the fact that robbers don't come and ask for a specific amount anyways. They ask for, give me all the money. They'll say, give me 12,000 from this account. Like that, I want that person to pay for it. Check it out.
Sometimes they do like get a little specific.
No, but
they don't say it from a specific account because what difference would it be? And they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
They wouldn't have.
They're like, "I'm sorry, sir. We got robbed today," but they only
give you their ID and their card and their
exactly.
So I'm like, come on. Is that like, are you telling me I'm robbing my own account?
That's no, not only that, I'm sorry, sir. We got robbed today, but they only took the money from your account. The police is working on it.
Anyways, I'm still stuck on the part where I say someone should be fired. I don't
Yeah,
give a fuck.
definitely.
Nah, like I said, the lady said, "Good job, officer." Like she's right in the area where the officers walking the Ryan Coogler out of there. Like she's proud of this moment. Like she done stopped the robbery or something. You feel me? Like I called the cops and I averted a crime today. You know what I'm saying? So that was committed. Like she was committed to getting this nigga the fuck out of here. And we all know when you call a police officer, there's a chance of some type of violence occurring.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I consider that an act of violence.
And good thing too, he complied. So
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, he didn't get disrespectful because that shit could have definitely went left real quick. Real
Very
quick.
much so.
You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm definitely not feeling the fact that, you know what I'm saying, the cops did their job. And like you said, Nate, cops get a bad rep. The cops did their job because it could have been one time a motherfucker really could have been robbing the bank.
Yep.
Motherfucker had to see what's going on, what's good, what it is.
The lady lost double points to me anyways. If I work at the bank and you come to rob the bank, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna rob the bank. This ain't my money. What I look like being a hero for? I can always call the cops after you leave. I'm never tripping the security blink. I'm not over here tripping the silent alarm. If I work there and you come to rob it, you got it. It's not my money. Why I'm gonna trip the silent alarm and next thing you know, I'm thinking, oh, cops are on the way, and there's almost like, hey, the silent alarm been hit. Who pressed it? I don't know, kill everybody. Why would I risk that?
Yeah.
Why would I risk that? You
Yeah.
come for the money, you got it, Playboy, take all the money. This shit FDIC insured. We got cameras up here. Why I look like tripping silent alarms and doing, I'm no hero. You know what I'm saying? I was like, come take all of these and do whatever you do, and then we'll sort it out after the cops get here. Like, yeah, I gave them everything. You in personal mom? I said, no, sir. I had to, it don't make no sense for me out here trying to do what's right, and then I get fired, get this guy's life at risk. People out here be doing too much, bro.
Yeah.
But like I said, there's another story here. Someone got paid 12 bands cash.
That's not a problem.
Someone got paid 12 bands cash.
Not that day.
I didn't know why. I didn't know why Ryan had to take a trip. I didn't know why a millionaire had to go out his way and go all the way to the bank and withdraw. Why my word? Why my check can't do it?
I'm gonna tell you this. Yeah, my fault. Go ahead.
I said someone got paid below the table.
Yeah.
What I want to know is what the settlement was, because he said it got settled to his favor, the apology or whatever the case was. Now that is what I would want to know.
They probably said, all right, we're not going to say that you come in here weekly for this $12,000 withdrawal now, Ryan. Motherfuckers going to say you might have a problem. We're going to let that slide, right? What if this is his weekly $12,000 cash withdrawal? They're like, people are like, what's Ryan dropping 12 bands on weekly? Some shit's shaking. Some shit ain't. Listen, these Hollywood types be tricky, bro. These Hollywood types.
Lord.
Listen, man, you got to keep your eye on them. These Hollywood types be tricky, bro. Look at that Democratic billionaire. Well, he was a Democrat. He's in jail now. The one that was going on and getting all these gay guys to come over, and he'll give them offers and shit like that. And he didn't get in trouble till two of them died. One died, and even then he was straight. And a couple months later, another one died. They said, all right, that's it. You know what I'm saying? The Me Too, I went over and said, we got to get this guy's a predator. They locked him up. Which just to me, I still feel, I don't know if he should be locked up. They're taking drugs. I'm taking drugs. We are both adults. Why should I get locked up?
I mean, you killed him.
He didn't kill him.
He ain't kill him, but
come over here.
Too many.
They're prostituting. He's giving them drugs. My only thing is he taking the same drugs that he wants them on? That's where he's kind of at fault that way. But he wasn't willingly trying to kill them or anything like that.
You gotta pay for it.
He was paying for it, and then he wanted them to take drugs to get right. That was it. That was part of the job requirement. And now he's out here. He was a major Democratic donor, but either way, he probably was doing some kind of cash withdrawals. Let's find out this dude is doing $12,000 withdrawals every Wednesday in cash. It was like, the shit is crazy.
I guess that's why Trump won the first time. They took that nigga out the game.
What else we have? I think on my last one we have in pop culture. I'm pretty sure. Well, we had a couple. Was Kim Kardashian said the end of the Blaze the other day when she quoted, they asked her, what do you think you need to do nowadays to basically thrive in the workspace? She said, I think women need to just work. You know what I'm saying? Get up and work. Nowadays, they don't say like anybody want to work. You need to get up and work, put in that work at an environment, at a good environment, a job that you enjoy. None of this toxic environment work stuff. You enjoy it, you do your best, you put in that good foot forward, and that's it. I don't feel she said anything wrong.
Yeah.
She ain't said nothing wrong. She dropping some gems. Go work. But what I told y'all about Twitter, black folks won't have it.
In this particular case, it's not the message, it's the messenger.
Yeah. He doesn't want to hear from her.
You won't act like she didn't work though.
Bro, you don't got.
But they don't respect her work though.
Yeah, respect or not, what's that gonna be? She's still out here a couple billion. She's out here a couple billions up, doing what she gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
What does she have to do?
She's out here catering to politicians to free black men.
Sucking dick, huh?
That's what she did in the beginning. That's what she did. She did.
Oh, shit, niggas go for free without no cameras. That's what you work. There it is.
Listen, she did what plenty of people do. Only difference is that she was able to monetize it and flip it. She's not the first sex tape. She's the one that turned into $1 billion. Though. You know what I'm saying? She's doing it. So you can't say there's no work there. That's smart. Work. And she's able to turn her sex tape to her whole family dynasty, where every female in that family is rich. Where not only one but two billionaires come from one family.
And there's some jealousy there too, I gotta say.
That's never been. That's next level.
Yeah,
2 billionaires in one family.
It's a lot of sweat equity.
See, yeah. So whoever been able to monetize their pussy to that level, like
2 billionaires in one family, and then your kids are now children of billionaires too, and marry another. This is the type of shit when you watch,
especially at a time where prices going down. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the type of shit when you watch old movies, when you see old European monarchs, you have to marry this person to get this person so the family name can live forever. What she just did was some elaborate way to make sure her kids will be paid. She went in there, she worked. Like she said,
what did you do?
She worked. To the next level, bro. You're out here doing something different, bro. That shit is crazy. Yeah, people weren't trying to hear from her though. I was like, I don't see what's wrong with what she said.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, it's not the message, it's the messenger. Like, bitch, what did you do for real? Yeah. You was born into money, connections, and all that. You know what I'm saying? It worked out in your favor. That's not to say that you don't have no type of business acumen, but you learned from the most prestigious people. You had the best connections in the world.
You know what I like?
I gotta say she worked it too. So
she worked because some of the people she was with, she was like socialite. She was friends with them, and she ended up becoming like interns for like Brandy and shit like that. So she used her acumen to go saying. But Little Duval, he's kind of the type that I don't want to say he's conservative. Like his whole "don't worry, be happy, go lucky" mantra is that he don't feel no person's privilege or anything like that. He feels like happenstance is happenstance. If you're born black and poor, you're no more better off or any more chance than a person born white and rich. Neither of y'all picked it. Life's happenstance. What you do from that point on, you're responsible. If you're white and rich, it's your job to live your best life and be happy. If you're black and poor, it's your life to get your shit together, get this money and be happy. At the end of the day, it's all in between. This whole blaming stuff, he's like, ain't got no time. Because a person that rich, he looks at it like this, like, he's like, oh, look at these white folks only hiring their friends. You're like, you act like you wouldn't do the same shit if you were put on. When you come through, you let your homeboy get a slip into the back door. He's like hating people or not despise people doing the same shit that you would do. He sees in that worldview. You know what I'm saying? He's like, to look at someone like, oh, they're doing something completely diabolical and evil because we're on the other end of the stick. You're like, you just happen to be on that end of the stick. That's it. You're just human. That's how he looks at it. I'm like, in the grand scheme of things, I can't say he's wrong because even the privileged folks They just, you know what I'm saying? If they were born into it, they're born into it. And if other people got it off the muscle, then they just did what you weren't willing to do. That's all it is. Sometimes morals.
She had the support, she had the resources. So
Support, resources, and something has to be done. Just like Trump was.
She did work it though. She still worked.
Yeah. Trump was worth 10 million, got 10 million from his dad, and now he's worth like 3 billion, 6 billion, something like
because that. Because we see people who born into these into wealth and not do anything with it. In fact, even like
majority of them lose it.
In fact, even like became worse off. You know.
Yeah, majority of them lose it. That's what people do with money. Majority of people with wealth lose the wealth.
Yeah.
So for one person to grow it, it's a feat within itself.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody. We ain't hating on her, but it's just like, bitch, shut up.
Yeah, we don't want to hear from her. Exactly. Yeah, we need you to shut exactly.
Shut up, man.
Yeah, shut your.
You was good where you was at. We already know you got money. Like, ain't nobody hating on you because you have money. But now you over here trying to give me a message like, get your fucking ass up and get to work. Like, bitch, I work 40 hours a week, motherfucker. Like, I'm not working. I gotta pay for these fucking kids' childcare and this and that. I'm doing the best I can. Now I gotta hear you.
What I find what they hate about it the most is because that, you know, she came out through the black magazine circus, through like King's magazine. Remember your boys doing that put her on Nick Cannon. So you know black magazines like big ass, big butt shit. You already know the features we like. So back in the days, socialites in Hollywood, they never liked none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So the fact that she came out through the black market, the black circuit, now each time she do some shit that even black folks that she's been around black folks been doing, she gets the credit for it. She drops some braids, like, oh, that's the Kim Kardashian. We're like, motherfucker, we've been braiding her hair forever. She out here get some ass. Motherfucker, we've been had ass. Y'all remember when they're making that seem like J-Lo's ass is the biggest ass in the world? My whole life I was like, that ass isn't that big. That ass ain't big at all. But motherfuckers act like J-Lo had the thumper, bro. Yeah. That's what white America was doing. You know what I'm saying? And now you got Kimball that had the surgery come out there with the thumper on them. And like, but black women are naturally, but I feel like a lot of hate she gets, especially even with black women, is because she's getting credit for stuff that they've been doing. But she's not saying she did it first.
That's the thing, like we really don't get credit for a lot of stuff that we do. Like even like look at Twerk.
But what I'm saying is she didn't say she created it. She's just happy to be the staple. She gets the credit for it, yeah. Yeah, she was happy to be the staple because she came up through the black era. Those are the people I was appreciating her and who she hung out with.
Just like Miley Cyrus got credit for Twerk.
Yeah, exactly, for the twerking and all that stuff. Yeah, she grew up around hip hop and like dancing. And now these are but it's just one of those.
And in fact, twerk wasn't even a popular word.
I've been hearing twerk since Cash Money days. Yeah, it wasn't popular.
Yeah, it wasn't, like out in the mainstream. Yeah, now you hear twerk on Wall Street, you hear twerk on, you watching CNBC.
I'm trying to make this stock twerk right quick. I'm trying to make this stock twerk a little bit. Let's get this little pump on this play. Yeah, that shit is crazy, but it is the messenger. But I think for the most part, it's what it symbolizes. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make her seem like the end all be all standard of beauty when half her shit is
plastic,
was purchased and all that stuff, and it relates to black women. Yeah, I'd rather just source.
I think I had what was it? It was some dude on YouTube talking about was it Kylie Jenner, the standard of beauty? I'm like,
I remember I seen a girl online. They talking about you trying to look like Kylie. She's like, listen, I was born with this face. Kylie bought hers 4 years ago. What the hell are you talking about? I'm trying to look like I look like her, but she wouldn't have got physically. She wouldn't have got physically. She wouldn't have got surgically upgraded to look like that. I just happen to look like the lady. Said, "There's a difference," and I was like, "Yeah, you can't be wrong." But
yes, and see, and that's where these little boys might have the game fucked up, messing with all these chicks doing plastic surgery. Don't be mad when your kids come out looking fugly. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not how your girl really looks. You feel me?
Not at all.
That's Barbie right there.
Imagine what it's gonna do to the kids, though. People say when the kids wonder how come they don't look as good as mom. And that's why surgery is becoming younger and younger because they trying to keep up with mom. They're like, how come mom was like, yeah, mom had surgery. Mom don't really look like that. The way you look all awkward, that's how mom's supposed to look.
Shit, wow. Y'all remember the story back in some years ago where the Chinese dude, I guess,
he sued his wife.
Sued the wife because the kids came out ugly as fuck.
Came out ugly, and he sued her. You're like, oh, she had surgery. She tricked me. Classic.
It's just terrible, man. Like, faking the game, doing too much right now. I'm not a fan of the plastic, man.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's me.
I don't know if we have anything else. Y'all wanna shoot up to anything?
Yeah, we do have some stuff. Let me see. We got Mike Mora, Kelly's
husband.
Yeah. His ex-wife died at 37 years old due to stomach cancer.
Yeah, goddamn that cancer again, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really trying to understand what gives you cancer for real.
Everything.
Man, what doesn't give you cancer? Exactly. You thought like you're gonna be in there all day. Trying to find out what gives you cancer might give you cancer.
What?
It's
You're stuck in traffic, inhaling the doggone truck right next to you.
Exactly. Exhaust. Every goddamn thing is a carcinogen, bro.
Processed food, whatever.
What was that one joke that you had from that comedian?
Oh, Jim Gaffigan. They're like, man, there's all types of cancer, man. You're like, oh, your grandma died? You're like, cancer? No, she got hit by bus. Yeah, that's bus cancer. Cancer and everything. Yeah, wow. This is wild, bro. Yeah, it does come in all forms, though. That's almost as certain as death and taxes, though. It's cancer.
Yeah. And other than that, we have high gas prices, and on top of that, high rent. Yeah, everything's getting high.
I don't know, man. Shit is wild, bro. It is what it is. I almost feel like maybe we're almost out of the recession, but motherfuckers say it's just getting started. That's crazy. Yeah. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that it's already passed. The way my portfolio is set up, I'm hoping like, nah, I'm almost there. Like, if we can just turn around, shit could be good.
There's a lot of things at play because I think some of the main thing that's causing it is where they printed all that money during COVID. That's one. And two, all these people online stunting. So, like as a business owner, I see all y'all stunting. I'm like, oh yeah?
I got it.
Let me get my prices up. Let me get some of that bread too.
There's that.
I wanna stand in a role.
There's the production still slowing down. I feel like motherfuckers buying COVID for everything. Company ain't got
everybody putting in bosses is shit. I got bosses buying from me. Shoot, I gotta hit them with some boss prices, you know what I'm saying? Hit your employee prices, you know.
Don't act like you ain't got it now.
Yeah.
I've been seeing you on Instagram all year last year, man.
Nah, you got 1 million followers? Come on, man. Make them chip in.
We trying to see something. What's up?
You know what I never understand about supply and demand? How they talk about simple supply and demand. Who says you have to raise the price if demand's high? Why can't I say I sell my burgers I sell 5 for $1, and that's my price until I run out, and when I re-up, those are also gonna be $5 for $1. Who says because there's a high demand and I have to raise it up to $5 for $2, $5 for $3?
Well, because you want to make more money.
But you don't have to. That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't have to.
People
but you're not
acting like it's a requirement.
You're not making no more money.
Yeah, people acting like it's a requirement of supply and demand that you have to raise your prices to demand.
I mean,
now I understand if there's scarcity, if there's not enough, then all right, I gotta give it to the highest bidder. But when stuff don't have no scarcity, and then we still gotta raise the prices because a lot of people's buying it, I'm like, yeah, raise the prices when we start to run low.
I mean, unless you got the direct farm to store thing, you got that going on. That's understandable. But with this supply chain stuff going on, the raise of gas prices, the scarcity of people driving and whatnot, you have to entice people to drive. So you gotta.
Gas prices never make sense to me.
It's fake, just like diamonds. It's an artificial scarcity.
Yeah.
We pump so much gas out the ground. We have over 30 years worth of reserves in America. When are we ever going to use the reserves? I keep telling you the gas prices.
Is that how much it is for real?
We have almost 30 years worth of reserves. Not 30 years worth, but for over 30 years, we've been half the gas we buy in America have been going to reserves. The government been buying it along with the people, and we've been because we don't ever want to go through whatever happened to the 80s again. So whenever we are gonna cut those back online and to lower the price, we're like, all right, we're gonna drop our shit in the market and really fuck up your price if y'all don't really start cutting. What happens with oil is, as soon as the demand's low, okay, guys, we're not going to drill today because these guys are in COVID lockdown. So now the price is going to go up. Now these guys are out of COVID lockdown. A lot of people's using gas price. Prices got to go up again because a lot of people are using gas. There's never not a time to raise the prices up. That shit to me, these motherfuckers got a win-win. They don't make no sense.
Yeah. Even when there's no demand, they raise prices.
That's what I'm saying. It don't make, like these boys are kind of. Like there's no demand, there's not enough people out there. We gotta make some money, bro. We gotta raise the prices. But shit don't make no sense. That's why when back in the days when they try to say, "Oh, president don't have the real prices over gas," I used to be that gullible. Don't blame Obama. Don't want to say. Now they saying don't blame Biden. I said, nah, I'm gonna blame Biden because if anything I learned from Trump is that everything's negotiable. Even if it was temporary, Biden should be on the phone with them Saudis. But look, man, let us slide in a couple of these barrels, bro. Think we're gonna look the other way. Work something out, even temporary. But this whole, the market's gonna sort it out. There's 9,000 permits right now. These guys could be drilling right now if they want. What is it if they want? You're a country leader. You feel what I'm saying? You're like, y'all build a drill or y'all losing the licenses. Something like that. There's no if they want. Letting the market do whatever they want when your people pay for it is irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? If your people are paying the cost for it. If I want a certain outcome or my people expect a certain outcome from me, I got to cheat for these motherfuckers to win. That's how I got to go. We out here paying all this damn tax, all this damn money, and then still got super high gas prices.
Yep. And
this shit's wild, bro. This shit's wild.
On top of that, you got the rent too. You got guys who from California, New York, or the big cities, and even in tech. So now that, a lot of them can work remotely, like over the internet on their computers. Yep. They could live wherever they want. They could live, like in the middle of nowhere. But wherever they go, they're willing to pay the price or over that rent price for that area, which, gonna make rent prices shoot up. So I think some places right now, like rents have been doubled. It's fucking ridiculous. Like imagine, you were paying $2,000, per month 1 year, and next time, like for you to re-up your contract, $4,000. They'll say, hey man, you're paying full bandit for the next year. Yeah,
it happens.
I'm suffering right now. Like I'm in the market. I'm moving back to Jersey. I've been looking for the past week and some change for a spot, man. It's been rough. So today I was like bumping. I just reached out to a realtor. I know I'm gonna have to pay for it, but I had to reach out to her because they might have like some houses that's not outside for everybody else to see, so that way I can get my leg up and get into something before somebody else outbids me or whatever. It's definitely tough. Competition is crazy. Like you said, outbidding is a real thing. It's
a lot of things that go into it. Even if America had like a high-speed railway, this whole housing thing wouldn't be that big of an issue because some people could work in one state and live in the other. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that it ties you down. You can only, some places, the cost of living is low, but also the pay is low. So people can't really do much. Now I'm living in a place that pays great, like New York, but the cost of living is super exorbitant. You know what I'm saying? So, but if we had something where you can work here, live there, migration is the answer to everything. Though. You got to sometimes move out of a bad situation to get a situation you can thrive in, but you got to be able to make a living in wherever spot you're at. And when you can't move around, that shit locks you in. That lock-in, that inability to move is the main reason motherfuckers sit and suffer. Be it Chicago projects or be it the rural area in middle America, whatever it is, sitting in place, one of the worst things you can do. And that's what I feel a lot of these cost of living and housing, that plays a big role in people not wanting to move. You got people that got houses right now that they could sell it because of record prices, but they're like, where the fuck am I gonna go? I can sell it, but where am I gonna live at? Especially now that interest rates are going up. They're like, I'm no dummy. I'm just gonna stay in place. You know what I'm saying? It's getting wild. Yeah, I don't know how. I'm hoping this thing comes to an end yet. I don't know if we're just at the beginning of the recession. One thing I know for sure, I think we're getting us a one-term Joe. I don't think Joe's getting
Oh
reelected.
yeah, he's gonna be out of there. I'll make sure of it.
You'll make sure you can right there put it. Joe's done a lot of great things, man. Don't get my dog wrong. He's done a lot of great things. He don't got good branding.
He carried on, what Trump was already doing. But
listen, he did a lot of great
other
things.
than that,
you got to know how to promote. You know what I'm saying?
And his age don't help either.
Like them, yeah, they did a good job of making him seem like the dude to see now. Because back in the days, he used to talk too much. They used to tell him he had too much gas, so now he doesn't speak as much, or they give him what to say. So they played it, say like he's an idiot. They tell him what to say, so it makes it worse though. So yeah, his age and him not wanting to speak off script makes it look even more wild. And yeah, the shit he's gonna probably be one term, man.
But the man's already old, man. He's going through his second year right now. Like, you think we can't? He has 2 more years to go on this one.
Yeah,
he looked old already. That's the problem. So we can't get him for another 4. And the world's not ready for Kamala. First off, she's not likable. You have to be a likable person.
You don't have to look at Trump. You ain't gonna rule.
No, he was likable.
She's not smooth. He was likable. She's not a smooth person.
Listen, I don't know.
She's not a smooth person.
Yeah, she's not smooth. She's another Hillary Clinton. She's a darker Hillary Clinton. Nobody likes her.
Biden out here talking about PPE.
She was real stiff.
Very stiff.
Real stiff. Too stiff.
Biden out here talking about PPE task force and everything else. I'm like, we ain't sending you up there for that. Like, what? Stick to the script. You ain't saying nothing about these.
Get out of there.
You ain't saying nothing about these student loans. You know what I'm saying? We send you out here to bring more money out. Break more money out. We ain't sending you out here to go chase money. That money gone. Don't worry about that money. We worry about talking new money or cutting or cuts. That's it. We're in the surplus game. We're not in the recoup game. You try to Biden, I ain't talking about recouping though. That shit is like we ain't in that game.
all that stimmy money, it's time for that rerun.
That's the thing though. He's done good stuff. Like I said, he did the whole child tax credit, get the stimulus that they did. He did a whole nother thing as far as you getting a big check this year if you got kids for daycare costs. That's great. But his branding, between the Republicans always tackling them and just branding is just not sticking on point. You got to get out there and be in front of everybody. That whole thinking is going to work out. Even when shit's better, if you don't feel it's better, you're not going to get the credit for it. That's what happened to Obama and a lot of black folks. Some black people are like, what did Obama do? They don't realize whatever Obama did from because Obama didn't do a good job at branding it. So that's why Trump was able to come back after and talk about what the fuck has he done for you.
The thing is,
Obama passed plenty of memorable, favorable stuff for you. The economy is better.
Yeah.
But you don't feel it, you're not gonna live by it. One thing about Trump, when Trump was around, motherfuckers, I don't know anyone that didn't feel like they weren't getting bread. Shit was cranking, bro. I don't know what happened. And I'm anti-Trump, bro. I'm just letting you know. Shit was cranking. You know what I'm saying? Niggas feel like we eating out here. The online definitely was eating. Scammers were eating.
Yeah. What screwed Trump over was those racist group, the extremist group. The Capitol Riot.
That didn't stop. COVID's was stopped.
The Capitol Riot, that was one.
The Capitol, but that was at the end of his thing. It was COVID that stopped Trump, bro.
Not really.
Yeah, because when the lockdowns happened, people weren't able to work.
No, it was the what you call that, the racists. That's what stopped him. Because when it was time for him, when they asked him the question about for him to
Oh, you talking about why he lost? You mean why? When he talked about when he told the them boys sit back and stand tight.
He couldn't condemn them. Yeah, and people are like, what do you mean by that?
Playing footsies, playing footsies are racist because you ought to play both sides. That shit's wild, but
there's not enough of the people who are independent that wants to vote. You know what I'm saying? It's the conservatives who really vote for real.
Yeah.
Biden got there by a pin.
Yep.
A pin. If it wasn't for COVID, bro,
Unfortunately, COVID,
He did
Biden got eaten up, bro. Definitely got eaten up. But COVID set the conditions perfectly. Democrats are ready for it. They're sending out mail order ballots early. They did everything they should have been doing. Trump act like he didn't think it was serious. Like, oh, they're gonna vote. They're not. Nobody about to vote by mail. I'm like, motherfucker, you. So you think, man? We've been waiting on your ass.
But even
Yep.
see that with Trump, like more black men voted for Trump.
Of course, because Trump was out here telling people what you got to lose and cutting checks and this, that, and the third.
In fact, that's the most vote like the Republican ever gotten from black, period.
And you had a lot of Russian disinformation online. You know what I'm saying? They kept highlighting anytime Democrats did something wrong and whatever you got to do, kept highlighting. So black men saying, you know what I'm saying, you can't, a lot of this stuff is social engineering, bro. You can't undervalue that, how much they targeted the black audience a lot. They're still doing it now. They're doing it. They want to keep America and black folks, even if America, let's say America was just about to heal over black folks, they want to keep America fighting against black folks, because when America's calling Russia out or China out for its political abuse of the thing, they're like, what are you talking about? Y'all been fighting over this shit since the inception. Look at what y'all do, y'all black folks. So each time there's a cop shooting, it's highlighted and bots are reposting it online and we're seeing it. You know what I'm saying, even though half these stuff are statistically are rare, like let's say a black guy being killed by a cop it's rare. Anyone being killed by a cop, it's rare. It happens maybe once a day, every day, but there's millions of it. It's not enough for it to be an issue. But a black guy dying in the projects, that happens multiple times a day, every day, 365 days a week.
Living right here in Chicago, that shit every day.
And that shit is not what's in our purview. So we already know what conditioning teaches us, how we could set up the trend, how we can make people think about worry about one thing or the other. So the shit, it's wild. It kind of shows you. It's the same way, like for years we've been bombing and running up inside black and brown countries, and the news never reported like, oh my God, look at the children. And they ain't give a fuck about black and brown. Let a white country get bombed every day. War with Ukraine, we need to stop this. You're like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So it all could be, you can all be socially conditioned to like or love one thing, one or the other. Though. The people that pull the strings while they're trying to do it, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, I already saw that shit. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, the Ukrainian company.
I got my own to worry about. Everybody got their own stuff to worry about. So I'm not about mine.
Now you get to know how these white folks feel like for once. We're like, man, I think I'm gonna sit this one out. I got my own stuff to worry about.
Yeah. The humanitarian part is one aspect. The second part for me is just the fact that we're watching a real live chess game. A real live chess game, because it's like the antes, they're upping the ante. It's like Russia's getting closer to the NATO area, you know, and then it seems like at what point is enough, right?
It's not. I mean, I think from what I'm hearing, Russia is going to take the country regardless. It was going to happen, but they're trying to make them. They're trying to make it. It's a two-man game. It's one of those things that they knew he was going to take it because they're getting too comfortable with NATO. So now what they're doing is we're going to flood the area with guns, which is, you hear like Representative Omar was saying, we need to not do that. They figure we're going to flood the area with weapons and guns. So even when you take it, it's like you're putting in Afghanistan in his backyard. That motherfucker's going to be fighting every day. You got it the rest of your lives. So now how far expansion can you really span across global politics when you got a war you're going to be fighting in your backyard the rest for forever? Because some of these people aren't going to lay down, especially they got weapons and their guns, they're young. They're going to become the new jihadists in their version of it. That's how fractions of regimes are formed.
That's crazy.
Because Russia and US do this around. That's the reason, that's how US got in Iraq and places like that. You know what I'm saying? US fought one insurgency, Taliban and them, and got Russian folks out of that. I was backing out of them. And all the weapons were left behind, and they turned against us with those weapons. That's all it is. Russia and US for years back and forth getting other countries to fight on their behalf, but now they got one on their doorsteps. They're gonna say, hey, y'all been getting too close, and US say, you know, in return, we're just gonna flip the script. Load these guys up with guns and weapons, and even if you take the area, you're gonna keep having terror. Soon enough, the people that are there are gonna be considered terrorists. After Russia controls everything, every now and then the people that's not willing to go for it, they're gonna have to do heinous acts against that government, the new government, right? And what we're gonna flip them to, they're gonna be called terrorists. The terrorist is all about perspective. You know
Oh yeah, it's just not a brown person.
Yeah. So, soon enough, they're gonna become the radicals and the terrorists because like they want you out of their backyard. They're like, nigga, you gave me. I'm over here fighting for my people's liberties. Most people is gonna go along with the get along, after they talk. But those radicals that are forming right now, there's weapons galore, convoys of weapons coming in, and no one's watching this. No one's going. Once it's going, people talk. We want to send aid, send money, send weapons. Who's gonna carry the weapons? What happens to the weapons after the war is done? No, just box them up, goes away. Nah. This country is gonna forever be, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like the new the war zone, a new thing right there.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's like how much more troops you have, Russia? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Russia's barely even losing troops though.
Is that the case?
Yeah, they're not, man. If they wanted to, listen, they're trying to minimize casualties. They're bombing stuff, this, that, and they're trying to get the guy to quit. They're not really. They had 150,000 troops at the border when this thing started. They're not really losing troops like that, man.
150,000.
Yeah, but you talking about the world's most powerful nuclear power there is. You know what I'm saying? It's not even. So that alone is a big thing. But these countries having 1 million soldiers. I think China has the most actual physical soldiers in the world. Russia has the most tanks. U.S. has the most sophisticated arms thing in the world. So you talking about 3 superpowers. For us to act like, oh, they're fighting a tiny country, don't stand a chance. That would be like if U.S. attacked Haiti right now, bro. We really think that Haiti would stand a chance against U.S. Mm-hmm. It's not a matter of when. It's a matter of it's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. Mm-hmm. If they want to keep the death toll down, they're gonna do it slowly and keep grabbing more and more territory. But if they wanted to really grab and give a fuck about the people, they could have been did that shit. It's because the world's watching them. They're going about slowly and moving into position. You know what I'm saying? Just like when they took what is it, Crimea? What was it the country they took under? Yeah. So Crimea. Yeah. They'll do it. They thought they would have did it faster, but U.S. reacted. It's propaganda. Both sides got their own bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to see how much footage of how much black Ukrainians are being discriminated, but that's part of the propaganda too. Trying to say, oh look, don't feel sorry for them. Look how they're treating the black folks. That's Russia's propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Turning that in. And that's them trying to say, don't feel bad for them. And in the same
if they're really doing that,
they're doing it, but it might not even happen that much. You get it? It's their way of telling you your country's lying to you. Look how these black Ukrainians are doing over there. And our propaganda would be, oh, they're bombing schools and churches. How could they? But we doing the same shit in the other country in the world over. We just not covering it. It's all global games. That's what sucks. The people at the bottom are just, you get caught in the middle. If, like I said, the people that can't migrate, the people that can't move, life, you know what I'm saying? When life comes at you, dog, you can't move. You just gotta sit there and take the L.
Sheesh. That's the worst.
What's worse over there is he said no. They allowed women and children to leave. No men were allowed to leave. Men's of I think 16 and up or something like that aren't allowed to leave over there.
You don't hear the feminists fighting for that.
Well, you have to. Well, they made it. They told us all the guys have to sit and strap up. You have to fight for your country.
You want to fight? Yeah, you should.
If you want to fight, you should fight. They know I have to fight for my country. The guy just live here.
Should be fighting to stay. Now, if you're gonna fight for every other rights, I mean, hey.
I'm talking about, imagine people out here are fleeing, like this, over like a couple million people that are left over there. That's what you're supposed to do. Like, nigga, y'all here bombing in planes and shit. I'm good. I'm out. I'm going elsewhere. I'll make a living elsewhere. I'll be doing job and shit. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? This whole, some people are like, I never buy into this patriotism anyways. I just live here. What's gonna happen to the guys that stayed behind? They're gonna get jailed? Are they gonna get some kind of stipend? It's not in a real army. These are regular civilians and they just arming up to go against an actual well-trained army.
Yeah.
Are they gonna get a pension when all this is over? No.
What pension?
Exactly. None of this shit was
buildings.
Set in place. None of this shit was set in place, bro.
Buildings. We're gonna find money for a pension.
And that's the real hurt, is people saying, look at how long Flint's been with bad water and all this shit. We just sent like $3 billion over there to these people. Like, we over here shit can't get our shit together. We always got money for it.
You feel me? That's just kind of wild.
We always got shit to sit elsewhere.
Mm-mm.
Anyways, we got anything else, Greg? Or
No, that's it.
well, give us your recommendations, fellas, which I've been watching, listening to, looking at, or anything. Give us anything you on.
Right now, I'm looking into the Cool League. It's a basketball tournament between celebrities. You got Chris Brown on there. You also got G Herbo. You got a few other rappers.
You know what's always dope about rappers? That some rappers were almost destined to be great. In a sense, like even if they didn't make it off rapping, some of them were probably good enough that they could have made it to the pro leagues. Like some motherfuckers was gonna win regardless.
Yeah.
So some people are like, and I don't think people look at that enough. Like some of these guys, they were destined for greatness regardless.
No, just have their talent.
Like rapping, like they were gonna get rich regardless. This just happened to be one avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of them were like college recruits or real high end, one of the best in their states. Even someone as small as Boosie, they said the motherfucker was a beast in Louisiana at basketball. Yeah. That shit to me blowing out like this short ass guy. This shit is crazy. And then 2 Chainz, I remember he was like a college. He had got drafted college recruit. Like J. Cole's another one. Some of these guys is kind of crazy.
I noticed that too. So that really make you question like, were these niggas really from the bottom for real?
It makes me also question whether these niggas were they destined regardless.
Because even Rick Ross, he was gonna get a scholarship to play football, but he chose rapping.
But that's what I'm saying. So you gotta really think of these guys just keeping it real. But these guys are gonna be rich regardless. So you should really control your influence. Listen, this guy's gonna be rich regardless. Don't buy into all this other shit he's saying because he was gonna be rich regardless. That shit is wild, bro.
Now I'm starting to look at him like Tim Tebow.
Look at Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow couldn't get a check if he wanted to, dog. Tim Tebow would quit today and get another check this afternoon. Like, God, that guy can't run away from money, dog. He just dropped 2 books, bro. Not 1, but 2.
Whew, look at that privilege.
That privilege is thick on Tim Tebow.
Boy, white, and he loves Jesus.
White and loves Jesus. What has he got? 2 Super Bowl or 2 Pro Bowls or 1?
What? He got 2 championships from college, I think.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yep.
Like 2.
Motherfucker was bad though in college. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, he was. He was. No, he was. He definitely was.
So yep. So man, some people is gonna be rich regardless, though. I can't. So that's the strange thing about it. How about you? What recommendations you got, dude? Movies, shows, music, anything.
Well, I know Snowfall is back. I haven't seen the last 2 episodes, but I saw the first episode. Definitely got to catch Snowfall.
Critically acclaimed Snowfall.
Still can't believe the dude is freaking British. That's still wild to me. Wild.
You're in the acting game. You already know all the best actors, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't say all the best actors from British, but over there, acting to them is like basketball to us. They live and do that Shakespeare shit. Motherfuckers from over there are just different beasts, man.
This motherfucker is so good. I catch myself every once in a while using his accent when I'm talking, bro. This shit is just different, dog. I'm like, I don't even hear niggas from California talk this way. This nigga's accent's so strong. But it sounds legit. But yeah, Snowfall.
Okay. I still haven't watched Snowfall yet, bro.
Oh, you haven't watched it at all?
No, I knew it was good because I'm an FX baby. I watch everything from The Shield over there to all the shows. So I already knew it's gonna be good. I was gonna let it accumulate, and then I already knew the real story. Like it was based off of Freeway Rick Ross. I knew his story. Like I'm gonna get around to when I get to it. I didn't expect that to last this long, especially because they said it was gonna only be like 3 seasons, and they just keep renewing and adding more. And I'm like, so now the story's almost past the part that the real character that they kind of sub-basing on is on. So I was like, I want to see where they want to go with it.
Oh, it's the first 2.
Yeah, because it's no longer Freeway Ricky Ross's story. They're making up some shit.
What, this one? This one isn't based on Freeway, is it? I don't think so.
This is where Snowfall originally rated from. That's the Freeway Ricky Ross story where the government gave you the dope to bring into California. That's Freeway Ricky Ross. That's why he was trying to sue them, and the guy was going to get him straight before the director ended up dying. What was his name? Who's the director of Snowfall?
John Livingston.
Yeah. Singleton, yeah, exactly.
Singleton,
Yeah.
Singleton. Yes, you got it.
Yeah, that's Prue and Ricky Ross's story, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Man, well, that joint's good. I keep hearing great reviews about the Batman, so I definitely want to catch that.
Okay, my recommendations would be music-wise. What am I listening to? I'm listening to a Texas artist. I think he's from Waco. I'd imagine it's Wacotron, his name is. Fire so far, you know what I'm saying? The album, I believe the album is called Smoking Texas from Wacotron. That's spelled Wacotron. Fire, bro. That's the music I've been listening to on Wacotron. And TV series wise, what am I on right now? I started watching The Last Dynasty or The Last Empire on FX. I'm on Netflix.
Okay.
He got a little. I started kind of out of order, so I started like at 4 episodes, 4th season. You know, I think they're like 5 seasons, but it's been dope. And Ozark, so those are the 3 I tell people. Ozark, you can never go to Ozark. Go wrong with Ozark.
Did they release the second part of it yet?
No, that's the final season, right?
There's 2 parts of the final season. They only
I haven't watched this last season period, so I have to go see. I know been seeing like, damn, I didn't get to end. But better off they end it before the shit gets tacky. So
yeah.
Oh,
let me also recommend that Snoop Dogg album. Nice, man.
He got a new album?
Yeah, back on Death Row, I believe.
Oh wow, yeah, that was quick.
I think it was already in the works, man.
Yeah.
So it's on point.
It's a fire album, man. It's a fire album. Back on Death Row.
Well, Snoop, man, one of probably the most recognizable rapper in the world, one of the hip hop's greatest.
I tried to tell my homie that, and he was not trying to hear that. He was
trying to hear what?
The most recognizable rapper.
There's motherfuckers I don't even know who the hell Jay-Z is. They don't even know what he look like. They don't even know what he just. There's some people that refer to Jay-Z as Beyonce's husband.
That was the argument, basically.
Wow.
Yeah. There's little kids here that say, hey, little kids that don't know their proper pronouns. Hey, Beyonce's wife speaking. They don't even know this. Like the disrespect. Snoop's a different fucking beast, bro. Yeah, the only person I know that's probably known more than Snoop is probably Tupac. Tupac might be the only person more known than Snoop globally. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll say so.
It might be the only.
I'll say so, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
I'd say so.
That's because his death is playing a big role in seeing him, bro. But Snoop, bro, this dude is known the world over.
Yeah, the man's been on TV with Martha Stewart. The man got a game show. He's in Indian movies.
Yeah.
Don't turn down a bag for nothing.
Yeah. Fucking legend, man. So I definitely gotta check that out, man. Snoop's due for another hit, though. You know, every few years he drops another hit just to let y'all know he's still around, still doing it.
Yeah. And he definitely got a banger on that album with Lil Duval. That Lil Duval keep pumping out low key hits. I don't know how he does it.
Yep.
For real.
So yeah, peep that album for sure.
All right, that's it. We signing off, man. What is it? Juno usually does the sign offs for this, so we're about to massacre this. Let me make sure I get
look at that number.
Hit us up or leave us a voicemail at 407-900-6076. That's 407-900-6076. Look us up online on Instagram, and that is That's Absurd Pod on Instagram. That's Absurd Pod on Twitter, and That's Absurd Podcast on Facebook. I know I said it out of order, but I think I got it pretty right there.
You got to give it to him. You got to mix it up.
Yes, sir. Sir, we out.
All right.
Peace.
Start recording.